have all my stuff. I have Knackle stuff right there. Abby has the Bimp stuff right there. Where my Discord notebook is right here. All right, and we are live. What is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wintercasice, and welcome back to Discord D&D with the Solaires.
Praise the sun!
Praise the sun!
I almost died.
On several occasions.
More than once.
Seven
Winter, did you see that one homebrew rule I put in the D&D chat?
What did you put in the D&D chat?
I said homebrew rule I saw on the internet was that you, like, whenever we're downed and we're bleeding out,
Oh yeah, that.
it was like
yeah.
the DM rolls our death saving throws behind the screen so we don't get to see them.
Yep, I did take a look at that, and I have considered it, but at the same time, I also like the suspense of the players having to see the lives of their characters thrown before them
On the edge.
because they have
Winter, do you want to know the main reason why I asked you to do this?
Why?
I'm the person that's most likely to roll nat 1 at this table while rolling death saving throws.
There's always a probability of that, my dude.
Come on, guys. Why?
But it's like, the reason why that's there is because then you can't blame... The thing is, at that point, you can't blame the DM for your character dying.
Fair.
All you can do
Fair.
is blame the dice, and dice are random.
Yep.
Unless they're loaded, then you're cheating.
Yeah.
Don't use.
Or a glitched bot.
Yeah, or a glitch bot. Or you just do what Stray does and just say, roll 4 and 4, and then all you get is 4.
Several rounds ago. And it was when I first started.
Yeah, I know, it's all fine. It's all good. Exactly.
It's gonna be an inside joke for him. Like,
We'll see check what he rolled.
I said roll 20, not roll d20.
Exactly.
I got a cat in my dice tray.
Hey, Storm. You still doing good, sweetheart? She's been a real trooper since her surgery.
Storm's comfy. Yes.
I keep.
Yeah, Stray, that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you have to hit for it to be roll 20. It's just roll, not
Exactly.
Roll 20.
Chased by massive dogs.
And just so you guys know ahead of time, there will still be a session next week, but there will not be a session 2 weeks from now because I will be having my oral surgery on that Friday.
Which means that we will all be doing a session with me as the DM.
No.
Oh,
That's just gonna be like a break.
Yeah, it'll just be a break week for that week. I am gonna try to squeeze in a couple extra streams earlier in the week, and then
I got shut down faster than I thought it would.
Well, I mean, I assume Hermes with a little bit more experience, you will, as a player, you'll start to understand things better, and then people will probably start trusting you as a dungeon master. Or do what I did and just just when you're at school or anything like that, go up to some friends and convince them to play some D&D. When I became a dungeon master, I convinced two of my best friends to be my players. Yeet, Suez.
And then you killed them.
No, I did not. They actually went a lot longer than I expected. Suez Violins 78, welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. And
Hey, Suez. Suez. How do you say that?
Suez, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong though, because I am a master of mispronouncing things. Mi amo es biblioteca.
I
not library.
Winter, alright, we gotta get something down about your Spanish, okay?
Yes.
Es biblioteca is fine, but the way you say mi amo, it's wrong. It's actually mi llamo.
Oh, sorry. Mi llamo.
Spelled like this.
Mi
The double L is pronounced like a Y in Spanish.
Mi amo es biblioteca.
Llamo.
Okay.
Mi llamo.
And that's the only
Yeah.
phrase you know is that KRA.
Que hora
It's
es?
that, not this.
Que hora es? Que hora es? The Spanish soap opera that only uses the Spanish that you learned in the 4th grade. Adios. Stay frosty, my friend. But anyways, let's get back into this. And also, just so anybody in the chat gets confused, which chat's slow right now, but that's fine. That's all cool. Walf is not joining us this week. He has other things that he's doing, and also he is very, very tired. So in the meantime, I will be controlling Garnan, and Garnan will, I don't know, man. It's a hard call. But either way,
all you have to do is just be very mean to everyone except for Skolvin. Skolvin's nice to Garnet. He shares his cheese with Garnet.
Last time on D&D, you guys woke up and...
voice.
Oh, sorry.
You didn't do the voice.
I was kidding. Oh, okay. You're good, Suez. You're fine. Let us say. Last time on D&D. Better say, you guys initially started the session. Oh, hold on. I gotta get my glasses on. Does it make me look smarter? I think so. Anyways. You guys originally started inside of the sanctuary. Tiny and Hermes' characters, Skolvin and Blue, were recovering from the fireball spell that had nearly killed them. And after recovering, they were getting ready to be on their way to the town of Belvalle. Belvalle, as you guys were informed, was dealing with some problems inside of its territory. Supposedly there was a curse in the area. And supposedly, they always came back, not knowing what that meant. When you were on your way to Belvalle, you had your situations. You encountered some stuff, and you ran into some crows that were very much dead, very, very dead, but alive.
They weren't very nice.
They weren't that dead.
Nearly killed Garnan.
They were dead. They were dead, but they weren't dead.
Yeah, they were undead.
Like I said, nearly killed Garnan.
They were dead, but they were alive. Dead or Alive 3, this prequel.
Actually, I heard that they're working on, oh no, that's Left 4 Dead 3. They are working on that.
Yay.
That does make me happy. But anyways, you guys were on your way to Belvalle and you dealt with that and the freaking, oh god. Why am I blanking on his name? I have your information.
Napoleon?
Right. Oh well, shit then. Indeed.
Napoleon?
No, not Napoleon.
Who is he?
Hold on.
Hi there, partner.
Howdy there. Oh, hey, Mark.
Sally.
Oh, hi, Mark.
All right. You guys were on your way to go see Mayor Samuel Higgins. And upon reaching, Sammy, as you reached Belvalle, you noticed that this whole town was surrounded by giant wooden spikes. A giant wooden spike wall, basically, that was there to mark the towns. And like that appeared to have been there for a very long time. Like that happened to be something that they did, like they had set up for their city. However, upon getting close to it, the guards did try to talk you into leaving. Like, not coming in.
I rolled an amazing perception.
Persuasion. And you were able to convince them to let you in. Upon coming into the town... Hold on a second. Upon coming into the town, upon reaching the village, you see giant timber walls. Yep, all that stuff. After some convincing, the guards let them in. Yep, I have my notes right here. You see the town is in ruins. Barely anybody is outside. Windows are boarded up. The walls of the buildings have scratches, like unexplainable scratches all over the walls, the outside walls, as if something was trying to get in. And all the people you did see that were outside, they were running. They were not walking. They were not casually strolling. They were running to their destination. They were not taking any risks. Upon getting into the village though, you went directly to the town hall, where you met Mayor Samuel Higgins, the town leader. He explained to you guys what the situation was. He explained that things were grim. They have been suffering with this for several weeks now. going into the month, and that it was a very dire situation.
2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. I knew it was several weeks. I knew it was a couple of weeks at least. I was just trying to remember because I didn't. I figured it was right around 2 weeks. But either way, you guys met the mayor who explained the situation and he explained to you how basically the situation that was going on, basically how they were getting by, the threats that they were dealing with, how this all happened, and then he also told you guys about Ogie. Which Ogie?
Oh yeah.
Ogre.
Yep, the ogre that is supposedly the founder of the village of Belvalle slayed in order.
The ogre, he's a very ogre.
But either way, and supposedly, the reason why the gates had a lot more. As the gates opened, instead of swinging open with ease, you heard some clattering sounds as the door kind of scraped against the. You heard the door scrape against the ground as it was opening. Supposedly, Ogie was resurrected in this whole situation, and had barreled down the door to the city. Well, the town. Belvalle's a town. But you were informed of this information, and Samuel asked you guys for help, which you guys agreed and were happy to do so. And bless you. And that's when you met Captain Napoleon, who you.
Howdy there, partner.
Well, howdy there. And that's when you found out Napoleon is Sammy's older brother.
And he's horribly racist.
That's not racist. That's just.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, stereotypical. There's a fine line between me actually.
Yes, stereotypical. Everyone, stereotypical. Stereotypical.
Gotta say, dude, don't throw the R word around like that.
What R word? We only use stereotypicism.
And also, that wouldn't be racist. Most people in the South are the same color.
Stereotypical.
It's a stereotypical Southern accent, and it is a ye olden Southern accent.
Sorry, Texas is its own race. Sorry.
No comment. Either way, you met the captain, which most of you guys were kind of like, nope. But he is there he offered to show you guys around the town, so you guys know what was going, and he was willing to give you the information on the town security and the measures and what they were doing. Like, basically the preventative measures that they had, and also you guys get the gist of meeting everybody. So, we come back into the story. Inside, you guys are just leaving town hall as Napoleon is leading the way to show you around town, the town of Belvalle. Well, all right then. Allow me to show you around the town so you can understand. Yes.
Are they outside yet?
Everybody is outside at this point.
Alright, I'm gonna join up with the rest of the party again because I just got back from pissing.
You were at the bath.
Yeah, you did your business and started running to catch up with them. Well, now allow me to show you around so you can understand. First things first, you need to meet my second in command. You see him kind of pull out a little whistle and he blows it. At that point, you see a younger man. Basically, he's in his mid-20s. He's a mid-20s human with like rustled brown hair. He is in the bare basic chainmail armor, which obviously most guards would have as they are protecting the town. He appears to have two swords at his side, dual wielder apparently. He does wear a
shield.
No, and he does wear a symbol of his position, which obviously he is the second in command of the guards. All right. Please allow me to introduce my second in command of Mr. Richard Michelson.
Oh no.
I'm staring down Mr. Richard Michelson.
But I say Richard is kind of.
I look down at his waistline.
How's it going, Richie?
Richard,
Well, the name is Richard.
you got some mighty fine swords there, Richie.
Well, the name is Richard, and I would appreciate it if you did not talk down to me, as I did earn my position.
I'm not
I'm not
talking
talking down
about
to you. I'm seeing you as a threat. You also dual wield. You're challenging me, aren't you?
I don't believe that's what I'm doing, but I will, if you would like a demonstration of my skills, maybe another time, but it is close to dusk, and I would rather not tire myself out.
I'm just laughing in the background.
Little stinker, you stole
Fair.
my pencil.
I also dual wield, you see.
A certain kitty cat stole my pencil.
I can see that, and I can
Please.
appreciate your swordsmanship in which you use your skills, but at the same time, just because I dual wield as well does not necessarily mean that I'm challenging you. We just happen to be using the same fighting style. I assume that Sharko's showing you around.
Ooh,
Sharko.
what?
Oh yeah, that's that's a nickname that I earned a couple years back.
Kill a
How'd you learn this Sharko name here, Napoleon?
Well, you see, I earned the name Sharko because at one point early on in my time as the captain, I fell off the stone bridge, somehow miraculously surviving the situation. Upon doing so, upon my fellow guards coming down to help me, they saw that I was in a locked up situation with the shark. I was victorious in my endeavors against said shark. As he lifts up the armor and the side of his shirt, you can see that he does indeed have massive scars from where the shark teeth had dug into his side.
Kazir wins
Can
a
I
bit
poke
seeing
'em?
that.
You messed
Can I
up.
poke him?
You see Richard kind of elbow you in the side. Don't disrespect the captain. Speak to him normally.
Can I poke him? Pretty cool.
Say he does not. Napoleon does not seem to be like not letting you poke his scars. He appears to be wearing them kind of as a badge of honor, considering the fact that not many people can say that they fought a shark and lived.
I poke him with like a half decent strength, like actually testing if like it still hurts him.
It does not face him. These scars are years old. These are scars that have.
In terms of length, how long are these scars like?
If I had to judge I don't have the exact diameter of like the teeth, but basically it was a great white. Great white about to say
Could I possibly
around the
do
stone
nature
bridge.
check?
I mean, you could. I mean, Napoleon will tell the story of the fact that it was a great white that attacked him.
Right.
Around the
But
stone.
could I do a nature check to see how big the shark was?
Yeah, you can definitely see that.
I will also do the rolling of the natures.
I would like you to re-roll that on the dice tray.
Well, that's a 6.
Yeah, it's a shark, goddammit. I cannot tell how big that shark was. But anyways, would you like to roll nature?
Winter, I got a 10 for my nature.
I'll roll a nature check.
Yeah, same.
Go ahead. If you guys would like to, go right ahead.
That is.
Oh wow. Are
Well-
you guys the same person?
Well, Blue and Kazir, you would definitely know that this indeed is a great white shark bite, and the shark probably was around 10 to 12 feet long. It's a big shark. It's a big shark.
And then for me with my 10.
10. You could tell that it is a great white's teeth mark, but you could not tell what size it is. But you could definitely tell it was a great white. The grooves of the teeth match what a great white's teeth would be.
And then what about Bimpus?
Oh, Pimpus had no idea. She rolled a 6.
So I look at Napoleon and I go, how'd you survive such a shark encounter there, man?
Well, you see, what ended up happening was early on in my time as the captain, we were dealing with some ruffians that were trying to run to the mainland to get away from us. I and several other my guards pursued them, and unfortunately, one of those rapscallions was able to run around and two-tail me and knock me off the bridge. I hit the water with great force, and I was forced to drop my armor, or otherwise I would have sank to the bottom. Swimming back
Sounds very tragic.
Swimming back to shore, I saw the fin and was getting ready for the worst as I pulled my dagger out of my boot and was fully prepared to fight this shark. I nearly lost my life, but I earned my position as the captain of the guards, and that same rapscallion was not able to escape me, as we did end up capturing them and bringing them back for the trials.
Tell you what here, Napoleon. If I ever see that shark, I'll kill him just for you.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, son. I'm about to say I have his teeth as a trophy in my private quarters.
Did you
Oh, don't worry about it.
eat it?
I used to hunt sharks by the day.
Well, I would
Did
never...
you eat the shark.
No, you do not want to eat sharks. Sharks are actually poisonous. About to say, they are not worth hunting.
They pee on themselves.
Well, they are for your honor and pride, and I will kill it for your glory.
It's dead already.
In and outside of game, I do not approve of mindlessly killing sharks. In and out of game,
I'm I'm not actually gonna go out and just kill the shark. I'm just trying to reassure him, like, I got you, man.
No, he does understand. I as the DM am throwing that in, just like as a DM and a real person, I do not approve of the mindless killing of sharks. Strong supporter of Shark Week.
Yes.
So,
I agree.
I was just gonna say.
So, anyways, he starts after meeting Richard. He starts leading you down the roads. Obviously, again, not a lot of people are out, as most people are making their way towards the church.
More like we're both strong supporters of shark conservation.
Exactly. The first stop that he makes is a relatively decent-sized building with a... Basically, the chimney seems a bit bigger than most places here in town. About to say there's a longer side. Basically, I had to picture this in a way, you look cold, buddy. Snake Kings, welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. But I say, basically, if I had to explain it, basically, this is like any countryside inn. And he basically, the longer porch for some outside eating, and it obviously is bigger size for extra rooms. Napoleon points over there and says, "That over there is the Harold Horn Inn. It used to be the head of the town, and normally whenever we have any of our official guests of the mainland, their first stay would be inside of there. It's owned by Mr. Nigel Veermeyer."
Veer. Is it owned or was?
Oh, it's still owned by Nigel. It's just that he, obviously the inn has seen better days.
I was just asking if he was dead.
Oh no, he is not dead. And hold on one second.
I look at Napoleon and I say, how good's the drink around here?
Oh, the drink is good. Nigel's very much educated in the sense of getting people intoxicated.
What's his specialty?
Well, he's from the mainland, so he actually knows a lot of them fancy concoctions. I believe his most popular drink here in Belvalle, at least amongst the guards, probably is the Double Dragon Shot, which is basically a drink that will burn your insides. It's a combination of dragon whiskey and...
Not the dragon
Hold on a second.
whiskey. No.
Oh
what's that
Lord,
drink?
no.
It's a combination of dragon whiskey and elven wine.
What was that drink?
So
Oh, that's
fine
that. Oh no, that's
taste.
from the. Oh god, I can't remember what the drink is called. You're thinking of the one that was that Briggs, Briggs, Fabled, and the guy prior to them took, and
I might have had just a teeny sip of that.
and freaking Travis's character ended up going on a
Oh,
on a churro binge.
Churro binge.
And that was the story of the
Sounds
guy.
like my kind of guy.
And that was the story of the guy, the barkeep that tried the drink, took off all his clothes and ran down the street. Got lost, went into the woods, found his wife, found his true love in the woods, lost her in the same woods. Went to a bar called Aphrodisiac, and then was found a couple days later in his home, upside down in his bed.
No, I didn't have anything to drink.
No, you saw what happened to Briggs's character Billy Bob Joe Bob Jr. and you had wanted nothing of that. Which, if any of you want to see those stories, I have the D&D campaign that I hosted on the channel, in like the streams and everything, in its own playlist. Nice. Anyways,
So I assume this drink is fine and elegant with a rough taste.
boy, it's one that's gonna knock your fucking ass off.
Because your laughs hard.
I look at Napoleon and I say,
Maybe.
"You got my money."
Well, we
Sounds like a plan to me.
Well, we need to continue showing you the town so you can understand the security measures. So moving on for now, as he starts leading the way away from the Harold Horn Inn. The next place you come across is a place that doesn't really look super huge. It kind of looks like an old farmhouse, and on the side of it there appears to be a stone forge, and obviously an anvil to be working on metals. Well, this here is our personal blacksmith of Belvalle. It is known as the Blazing Saddles Blacksmith, owned by Bart Sheriff.
Ah.
How's Bart doing?
Bart's doing good, working double time to be sure to make sure the town's defenses are good.
If we can get this town fixed and eliminate the zombie threat,
I'd like to note down the
Oh,
location
dear.
of this particular area.
Yeah, you were saying, Tiny?
I'm gonna be around the bar and the blacksmith a lot.
That sounds good. Well, I can always use some help. I mean, him and his assistant Mongo are always busy getting stuff done.
Help? Yeah,
I do actually know how to craft some bone weapons. Maybe that'll help you all out.
Maybe. We haven't tried bone weapons yet. That would be an interesting change. We've only used the good old-fashioned iron and steel weapons. But either way,
Wolf and bear bones make the best weapons.
I can believe it. But moving on, he starts leading you away to what appears to be just like a nice old school like storefront, like something you would see inside of something you would have seen inside of a Pegland. Better say
Winter.
Yes.
We have made a separate server called DND, and I'd like to invite you to this because we're keeping some character sheets on here with all of our stats and stuff.
Okay.
Mostly our inventory and stuff to better keep track of it.
Okay. Better say just send me the invite in DM in the DMs, and I will gladly accept it. But for right this second, he basically he takes you to this like really nice stone made building that it again would look absolutely normal and very perfect inside of a city like Peglin. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb here in a place like Belvalle, though. Basically it's like operating a Chinese restaurant on a street filled with like sandwich shops and dive bars. This
I would dream of good having a different type of restaurant in that kind of place be good for business.
Oh, I agree. We have such a place here in Fargo. Considering the fact that
Mr. Dean.
considering the fact that there's a place called Slurp Ramen on Broadway.
Slurp ramen. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Considering the fact that they make the ramen that's in Naruto there, it is quite
Oh.
nice. It's called pork belly ramen. It's delicious.
Might have to go through for a
Okay,
vacation.
okay.
But anyways,
Enough talking about food.
this here is Daniel and Sons, a general store. As you may assume, it is owned by Mr. Daniel Jr. Well, Daniel Swanson Jr.
Daniel.
Daniel Swanson Jr.
Yes, and he is the owner and proprietor of this here general store. If there's anything you think you might need, it would be inside.
It's called
And how
Daniel
has he been
Swanson
dealing with this
Jr.
whole apocalypse thing?
Swanson.
Well, Daniel is a little bit more reserved, considering the fact that he only has one child and is very protective of her.
I can imagine.
But anyways, we got one more stop before we hit the outer wall. As he leads you around the town. He's bringing you around town. And you finally get to...
Roundhouse kick.
You finally get to the one place that actually does stick out like a sore thumb. Like, you thought Daniel and Sons stuck out like a sore thumb. This place does stick out like a sore thumb, as this appears
Should
to
not be here.
No, not in the sense of it shouldn't be here. It's the only place that looks normal. You see, as you walk through the kind of the district where all the homes are of the town, you see what appears to be a classic old school style cathedral. It's a church. But as you get close,
Every time I hear,
Go ahead.
Tiny, speak up whenever you talk.
every time you hear cathedral, I think of Bloodborne.
No, I know the feeling. But either way, as you get closer, you realize something. The grass around the church is normal. Like, it is classic grass. Like, at some point between one section of the land and the section around the church, it goes from dead, rotten looking grass to healthy green grass. And it's something that you notice immediately. There are no scratch
Fine,
marks on the
Napoleon.
church.
Something not
Yes.
dead.
What kind of god did this cathedral worship?
Oh,
Helm.
this here cathedral worships the god Helm, the god of protection of life and light.
Everyone's been
You ever think
saying
about-
this. Have you not been listening? I'd say that as
Well, I was outside whenever you guys were talking about this church and stuff, so Sculvin wouldn't know.
Well, this here church is run by priest Romero Brightwood. Supposedly he is a former military cleric and has done a great job taking care of our small town church. And in these times of crisis, it's always good to lean on a man with experience. Whether that be a man or a woman, but in this case, it's a man.
Have you ever thought about maybe making some charms in the name of Helm
Well, you
to give
see,
to the people?
he pulls out his sword, and you do see the symbol of Helm on the base metal part of the sword. It is the symbol of the left gauntlet with an eye in the center.
I kind of nudge Knuckle and whisper, "You should go talk to."
Don't worry,
What?
I plan to take my time and talk with the father about what's going on. But for now, I do not want to be rude.
Alrighty.
You see, we're in a situation where the church is the only place that is safe we very fortunately have been able to keep the zombies at bay. Even old Ogie hasn't been able to hit the church. We were very frightened for a while, considering the fact that while this church is immune to having undead come in, it is not immune to boulders thrown by old Ogie.
Oh my.
Basically, he explains that, yeah, Ogie is an ogre, and ogres are strong, and Ogie could easily just pick up a boulder and smash the building. But he goes on to explain that most of the guards and everything, any of them that may or may not be proficient with magic, were able to help destroy boulders if they ever got close. Priest Romero, in particular, has deflected several of these so-called boulders. Ogie hasn't come in about 5 days now.
Okay, that is
How-
both good and bad. Because that means he's playing in something.
What the hell is going on? We're playing D&D, Dragon Lord. As
Thing
a,
we've been doing.
every week for
Every-
I've been doing this.
for 2 weeks. For this is the 3rd week now. Well, anyways, now that I've shown you all the main buildings and you will end up meeting most of the people in the church tonight, as the church is the only place that is safe from the zombies. He starts walking you to.
Hey.
He starts walking towards the outer wall, where you
Boy.
guys. Yes.
How frequent have you been attacked, Ogie?
Well, Ogie came in on the 3rd day of these zombie attacks, and he destroyed that building over there. As he points to a building that, yeah, looks like someone, like a giant, smashed its fist through the roof of it. It is destroyed.
How many times after the first?
Ogie always came every 2 days for the first week. But then 5 days ago, he was unsuccessful in taking over the church for the 2nd time.
Guinevere,
He was
that is terrifying.
he was unable to succeed and taking any more of our people with him, so he ended up leaving empty-handed.
Do you think he has something big planned? Or something big planning?
Well, I don't know. Ogie was never a smart ogre as far as the texts say. Of course, that's what Sammy says. As far as I know, Ogie has stuck to the same tactics every time he was here. It was only a matter of time before me and the boys were able to figure out how to counter him.
Me and the boy.
Do you think that maybe he was resurrected by someone? And maybe that someone is telling him what to do next?
Well, you see, that and there lies the problem. We don't exactly know how this curse happened. It just
And that's why we're here.
seemed to appear overnight. All of a sudden, one day was normal. We had no problems. There were some problems that we had recently taken care of, but then this whole situation started.
What were the problems before this?
Well, prior to this, we were dealing with some bandit people that were causing some issues along the city, trying to cause, well, essentially blackmail and threaten our civilians.
Did you ever get to look at one of these bandits?
Oh, absolutely. I chopped their heads off by myself.
Sorry for being so quiet.
Describe them.
Have you seen them?
What?
Zombies.
Could you
Well,
describe how they look, Napoleon?
Ow!
well, I can easily describe them, and as far as seeing them as zombies, yes, I have, and I've had to kill them a 2nd time. Well, these people were a lot more skilled than your run-of-the-mill bandits. They belong to this weird organization that I never heard of. They had tattoos on their necks. Well,
The Broken Skull.
yeah, that's what they're called. Never heard of them.
They've tried
Oh,
to
God.
kill us
Oh.
twice now.
Of course, that was nearly a month ago when that whole ordeal happened. We were dealing.
Was there another one with them that you couldn't
made
get?
some powerful enemies.
Well, you see, you say that, but nobody escaped alive, so there was nobody to talk.
Nobody talked, but they
Wow.
never came back. And if they don't came back,
If they ever
that
attack
sends
again,
out some
could you
red
maybe
flags.
capture one of them hostage and
We
we'll
had
talk
a
'em? We'll talk to 'em.
thorough interrogation. Fortunately, our father of the church is a master of spellcasting, and he used this spell that made him tell the truth, whether he liked it or not.
Can I
Better
roll
get it.
Arcana to see if I know the spell?
Yep, you can definitely roll. Oh, it wouldn't be. Well, I mean, yes, Arcana or Religion, one or the other.
If they didn't come back,
That does not work. That's an
that
8
would send
for
some
either
red
Arcana
flag
or
to
religion.
the organization. That's not a good thing.
Dang.
Skulvin, you have heard of paladins and clerics being able to interrogate people and having to use minimal torture because of their spellcasting. But you do not know what spells they would use. But you have heard that they're able to get information from them.
Can I use it?
Yeah, you can roll me an Arcana check or a Religion check. Your call.
Okay. I roll Arcana.
Blue, you are from a major city inside of the homeland of the country of Atharia, so you actually would have a better knowledge of this, because you studied magic. In studying magic, you did learn of a spell that is normally practiced by clerics and paladins. It is a spell known as the Zone of Truth. The Zone of Truth is a spell used by clerics and paladins that, within 15 feet of either the spellcaster or the item that casts the Zone of Truth spell, anybody who fails I believe a charisma, or is it a wisdom saving throw?
I believe it's wisdom.
Either way, if they fail the wisdom,
Fairly certain it's wisdom.
if they fail the saving throw, they are compelled to tell the truth. They could.
You're talking about the paladin.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Zone of Truth spell. You went too far. But yeah, basically, they cannot lie. They could try to dodge the question, and they can definitely try to counter it by.
It's a charisma saving throw.
It's a charisma saving throw, and basically they can try to lie. They can try to dodge the question or try to give answers that are not necessarily lies. But the user, the user and the caster would both know whether or not he's telling the truth, because the Zone of Truth, if it works, the spellcaster knows it. If it fails, they also know it, because there's like a little kind of a ring in their heads to tell them whether or not it succeeded or failed.
Alrighty.
But we interrogated them and found out that these were three operatives that were not working within the mainstream of their people. In other words, they went AWOL from their group of people. If that makes
So you
sense.
probably get favor by killing.
I wouldn't necessarily say I earned any favors, but I would say that I no harm, no foul, considering the Broken Skull didn't want them back.
I didn't say that we owe you a favor. I said that
Oh,
you
that's-
probably did the Broken
yeah.
Skull.
That's what he said, but that's what he was responding to, saying that he doesn't know if anybody owes him any favors for doing it, but as far as he could tell, he was doing himself a favor by getting rid of them.
Can I go raid the bar?
Okay.
Go what?
Don't be disrespectful. We got one more place to visit.
I'm
Yes.
gonna go raid the bar.
He leads you to the outer wall where you guys enter, but instead of going through the gate, he leads you to a set of stairs that are not too far away. Do you guys know like the old school like metal watchtowers that they have in like like in like wood in like fun
Yes.
like
You
wood
like that one in we're like
Think of Firewatch.
you go out and there'd be like a gate, but instead of going to the gate, there's like to the left there'd be like a staircase that goes up into the watch.
Exactly. Kind of like either Firewatch or like
I know
or Days
I know
Gone.
what you're talking about because I know what you're talking about because I played Kingdom Come Deliverance and that game is realistic as crap.
Yeah, basically, picture it like the siege towers. So like how like something that they would push up against a wall to invade, and they have to climb the stairs to get up to the top. That is
Something like this.
yeah, similar to something like that, except for picture it more being more rounded than square. But that is similar to how their setup would be. And yes, there's only two ways in and out. And yes, similar to that. But it doesn't say The Walking Dead on it.
Yeah,
Because that's copyrighted.
yeah.
We could say the Standing Undead.
Casey,
It's the Dead Walking Tower.
would it be like
The Dead Walking, yes.
tower in Itasca?
Yeah, basically like a... Abby, you remember that tower we...
The crawling unalived.
The fire tower.
Yeah, the one that the one that our legs got really sore as we climbed to the top
Yeah.
of because there's like a bajillion stairs.
Yeah.
Those things are like stupidly tall.
They are, and you get and people like me get massive vertigo when you get to the top because I have acrophobia, the fear of heights. So it's like,
Oh,
That's why
yes,
you don't look
you do.
down.
so it's like I don't
It
have
doesn't matter.
I got it.
I don't have a fear of falling. I just have yes, very similar to that. But picture that structure but made of wood.
All right.
Yeah, basically, no, I have acrophobia. I don't have a fear of falling. I just have a fear of being in high places. Like it messes with my
I don't
equilibrium.
exactly have a fear of heights. It's just when I get high up, I get dizzy. It's like, well, not when I get high up. When I look down, I get like almost painfully dizzy.
Exactly. I was actually very much
That
afraid of falling.
scares me.
Oh. Yeah, no,
Hey,
that's a
what's
very tall tower.
Yes.
Wanna go skydiving?
No, I would rather not go skydiving because I would.
Same
The
here.
person underneath me on the ground somewhere is going to get very wet.
I just got that joke.
It's going to be raining and not in a good way. Moving on. As he takes you to the top of the tower, though, he points out to the six of you, the perimeters and how they have everything lined up. Basically, how they explain it is they're at like a third of their population, and like only like 20 to 25 of them left are guards, and the rest of them are civilians, mostly children and women and children.
There was 500 a couple days ago.
And now
Now
there's
one.
yeah, there's 100. About 25 of them are guards, and the rest of them are civilians. We had some problems, and we had to learn some lessons the hard way. Like until we figure out how to stop this curse, we can't kill any of the zombies. But there's a reason for it. Through some experimentation, we realized that killing the zombies that come at night, their forces end up doubling when they come back the next day.
Oh yeah, a guard told us that when we came here.
That is,
Yeah.
I don't know which guard that was, but he told you correct. But either way, he starts pointing out, as you guys can see, on the sides of the buildings and everything, you do see some wooden spike traps that are just kind of there to keep zombies at bay. Basically, picture this whole, like, wall situation, kind of similar to, like, 7 Days to Die. Basically, they build up the walls to keep the zombies away, and they built up the spike traps to do damage to them so they didn't get in. Basically, it wasted their time.
Yeah. Understandable.
But again, we make sure not to kill any of the zombies, because if we do, more
They
of them
come
show up.
double the force.
Exactly. That's what we did the first couple nights, and that's when we found out about Ogie.
I see. That's one horrible time.
You would be
Not
correct
to
on
laugh.
that. And no, I understand, but it is a terrifying situation. He points out
Yeah.
that basically at each of the watchtowers there's, yeah, exactly, similar to that, but they're more straight, kind of similar to the picture that Stray Cat has. Because zombies are stupid and they just run right into these traps because they're dumb. Moving on,
Intelligence of -5.
Yeah.
pretty much. You see that he explains to you that there are 3 guards at every tower that watches over the wooden fences. And explains that that is the safest way to keep, and they're all archers.
Pardon me.
On the inside, he points out some of the like kind of side buildings that guards would hang out in case any civilians would be caught in the crossfire of the zombies invading. Because they explained that they leave the doors open at night.
What type of arrow do
What type of arrow do?
like sharp or blunt?
Oh, they use sharp arrows, but Napoleon explains that they use a specialty kind of arrow to take out these zombies, but not kill them, just get them to stay put. As he pulls out one of his arrows, you see that this is a barbed arrow.
I tell him that if he can get blunt arrows, if shot at close enough, it can break the bones of the zombie.
That's not a
Not kill
bad
'em,
idea.
Slow them.
That's not a bad
Generally,
idea.
they'd want to keep. Well, generally, Blue, they'd probably want to keep the zombies as far away from the town as possible.
You
A
see,
crawling zombie is much slower than a running one.
that indeed is true. That's why we have the spike traps on the outside. On the inside, my guard regiment use the old school harpoon rope
Shank and
trick.
plank.
Basically, you know the old tripwire traps?
Yes.
Always a classic.
Picture that,
So
but
they
we...
trip on the tripwire, then get pinned by harpoons.
Yeah, but in this case, we use a harpoon through their leg or hip or something like that, and hang them from a tree.
Clever. That way, if they die, it's not
Can I
triggered.
can I see if there's any zombies hanging up in trees right now?
Roll perception. Because you are a ways away from any of the trees they might have in town.
Does a 6 work?
Off in the distance, you see some figures hanging from trees, but you can't confirm nor deny that those are indeed zombies.
That's the point. Those
Ooh.
zombies up in those trees over there?
That would be correct. That was one that we caught the other night. We had a second one, but that one kind of ran away.
Gruesome.
He-
But either way,
Did the legs ever fall off of these people?
well, yes, eventually. But sometimes they get lucky, and that's why we keep an eye on them. Sometimes they fall and only
Hey.
lose a chunk of their torso and keep running.
I look at Napoleon and I said, you might want to train your guards to be a bit better at archery. We ran into some undead crows in the forest not far from here.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. You didn't kill them, did you?
Well, you see, we didn't know at the time that killing them would double their so naturally.
Well, shit, this is gonna be a rough night.
He tried to eat
There's
them.
only 3 though, so you should only have to deal with 6 tomorrow.
He tried to eat them.
I-
I'm pointing at both Garnan and Scolvin.
Napoleon just looks aghast at this whole situation. Like he's eaten some, like he looks like he's eaten some rough things in his life, but he's never once considered eating a human, dead or alive.
Well, you see, in my tribe, it's very often to eat the dead folks as to not waste food.
He tried to eat the dead human. The dead human bit him.
Well, it's like I said, in
At
our
that
tribe,
comment,
it's common practice to eat the dead.
At that comment, he backs up even more. You were bitten by one of them monstrosities.
Don't worry. He was.
I wasn't
Yes.
bitten. I had a cloth around my neck. He did not pierce my skin.
It tried.
Man,
I'll have to roll.
Almost
I'll
got
have to roll.
Though this nut
Well, I
case
have to roll
did
deception
try
for this since he did actually penetrate my skin.
Oh wait,
well, you can either about to say roll deception.
I would say that is a 17.
You're fine. He rolled a
17
natural one.
damn.
Yeah.
He believes you. Well, okay.
Completely
As
blind.
long as he didn't penetrate. We had a couple folk that, well, let's just say we don't like taking chances. We didn't.
Naturally. Chances would be bad.
We never once
Go
killed them
Vegestora.
ourselves, but we did give them an opportunity to try to run back to the nearest town and get some help for the rest of us.
That
Whether,
was a terrible idea.
Chances are a bad thing. Never take.
well, it's okay, because if the zombies ever stepped off of the cursed land, they would fall apart.
So we need to focus on keeping the cursed land at bay and not spreading any further.
Wait. Maybe.
Exactly.
Blue just looks down like he's contemplating something.
What you contemplating over there, Blue?
We could set a sort of trap. It would be insanely risky, but
Oh,
we could get zombies to follow us off of the land.
The land's creating the zombies, not the other way around. As far as I understand.
Well, like the guard said, if we kill them, more will just come back in twice the numbers.
We won't kill them. They'll kill themselves.
yeah, the thing is this...
But they'll still die.
well, you see, that's just the thing. If they die from, well, stepping on anything that's blessed or uncursed, that doesn't trigger the trap that is set for these zombies. They basically get purged with radiant light. Based on my character... oh, hold on a second. I'm actually going to roll for this. Wow, Napoleon, you're really living up to this stereotype. Based on Sammy's reports, it seems that if these creatures seem to step anywhere they're not supposed to or die in a more natural way, they don't seem to double in size. It's only if we get involved and kill them with our swords or with magic that it seems to affect them.
So,
it
would they
work.
double in number if they died to these little spike tracks you set up outside?
No. They have been out for a while and they've killed a couple of zombies, but they never doubled from them.
What?
So as long as we don't physically hurt them, then they don't double. Spike pits.
So let's say we purge these people with holy light. That would still make them double in number, correct?
If we cast a spell on them, yes. But if they step onto blessed land and die from the radiant light there, they die and they don't come back.
We could set up an escort party to escort the priest to the land to bless it, and
Well-
while we protect him, not
I
killing
was
it.
gonna ask something, but
What's up?
I was gonna ask Napoleon, or I was gonna ask Napoleon if after they were our parents and stuff, if after they were killed with burned to ashes, if they'd come back.
Well, that's a good question, and we have attempted to do that. We try to cover our bases, and we've done it a couple times, but it doesn't seem to completely erase them. It only seems to work if it's a purge and light, but only on blessed land. Our cleric has killed several of these zombies using his own radiant energy. But unfortunately, though, they came back. But tricking some zombies to coming onto the church killed them instantaneously, and they did not double the next night. Well,
So, like I said, if one of us can get on a horse and run as fast as we can off of the cursed lands, the zombies might follow onto the blessed.
Now look at our friend Napoleon. Napoleon,
Yeah.
have you ever seen these zombies run faster than walking speed?
Oh yes, I have, but only at night.
Like 7 days to die.
We need to treat the problem, not just sidestep it. We find out what's causing the land to be cursed. That will get rid of the zombie problem.
Well, that's just it.
One of the problems is the zombies.
Yes,
And
but
what
it's like
too.
trying to.
Solving the curse won't kill the zombies outright.
Yeah, but it'll stop them from spreading, which will let you kill the zombies, because you can't just go out and kill them because they double. So, purging the land, no more zombies won't grow, so you can kill them.
Your friend there has a point. You see, the curse is what's bringing them back. The land being cursed is what brings back the dead. We have tried to have our cleric friend Romero come out and take care of the problem, but unfortunately there seems to be a constant source of unholiness on our land somewhere that is causing our land to be cursed, and until it's been purged, we cannot fix the land.
So we track down the source, and eliminate it.
Accurate. The only problem is we have no idea how to track it. Our priest used his spell that he called Detect Evil, but unfortunately, because of the fact that the land is cursed, it is all evil. So there's no way to correctly pinpoint where the main source of this is.
Look at Napoleon and the rest of the party.
Did all the
Go ahead,
grass
Tiny.
die at once? Or did it start dying, like, in a circle? Just spreading.
But I say, you're talking about,
Did the cursed land, like, spread out, or did it, like, just all, like, appear instantaneously?
It originally started here in Belvalle, and then all of a sudden overnight spread out in every direction.
Might mean that something's cursed in Belvalle.
We've been trying to figure that out. Unfortunately, though, to figure that out, we would need to use Detect Evil, which would allow us to track a source of unholiness. The only problem is
the whole land's cursed, so we can't pinpoint it because it's like trying to find the North Pole when you're in the North Pole.
Yeah, basically, how he's explaining it is like trying to use a metal detector to find his keys in a place where there are many other metal items buried underneath the sand.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta find my keys.
Yes.
But instead I find a toaster. I find my bicycle parts. I find more lost treasure of El Dorado. Who needs more of that stuff? And then finally finds my keys.
We'd probably have to go out and search on our own free will and our own volition for a while.
We can do that during the day.
Yeah,
I
like
would
it said,
suggest.
night is a bad time to go exploring.
Basically, as he's explaining this, it's probably roughly around 6:30 at that point.
So approaching that.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, he explains that if you wanted to go to the Herald Inn to get some drinks, you easily could, but you need to get back to the church before 8, because that's when the zombies. So that's when they open the gates.
I'm I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna tell him this. I'm gonna go to the bar, get drinks, and bring them back to the church.
You open the
I
door.
will pull up my longbow and say, I will stay here with you, man. I'll be out with this night watch.
We could always use some extra support. About to say, I can easily show you where we keep ourselves during our night watch. But he then he brings you over to the Harold Horn Inn, where if you want to get any drinks, you can. Upon going in, you are greeted with the warmth of the inn. Even though the inn is very obviously pretty much abandoned because of the whole situation that's going on, there does seem to be about 2 folks drinking at the bar, and there does appear to be a younger man with kind of blondish hair, kind of shaved, and a small goatee is serving up those drinks.
I quickly go to the bar, asking if I can get pretty much as many drinks as I can carry.
Well, I'm sorry. How many were you thinking of getting?
I I want to bring drinks to the church so everyone there can have a nice time.
I can definitely see that. I mean, the church does have its own private collection of wines, but I mean, if you wanted to grab some ale and everything, like, we could easily do that with no problems.
Alright.
That's what
He will fill up about 12 tankards of ale, and he basically goes behind into his kitchen and pulls out a cart.
Oh,
like
excuse me.
like a small cart that you would use for like pastries and everything. We can use this to bring it over to the community area, or essentially town hall, and from there we can move forward to the church.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Just gotta stick to those trails. The last thing you need is the cart tipping over and we losing the drinks.
Yeah.
Kassir agrees
Is
with that.
Skolven and Kassir still nearby?
Wait, yeah, where is Kassir? I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out for half a second.
No, it's all good. Garnan, as you can see, is kind of keeping his distance in the back. He's just soaking in all this information. Just, not really talking. Just arms folded and just staring. Kind of rudely. Now that you're
Is
seeing him do it.
Kassir nearby Skolven?
I think so. I kind of, yeah. I think so.
Alright. Kassir,
Yeah.
let's say that you help us out during this night watch, and I'll show you a few things about this longbow.
Sure. No problem. Planned on staying up anyways.
So it doesn't take you guys that long to get drinks from this young man who does introduce himself as Sherm, who is the barkeep. He is... Go ahead.
I am Blue the Bard. I want a part of the Solaris.
Well, I've never heard of your group or anything, but always a pleasure to meet somebody who is willing to help the town in any way, shape, or form, especially with what's going on.
Well, our group was made like
Yeah.
3 days ago. Of course you haven't.
Wait.
Which would
Yeah,
explain,
yeah.
which would explain why I haven't heard of you. But either way, I digress by the whole situation. And he pours you up drinks and he starts helping you push the cart outside onto the city streets and towards the church.
Yay!
As you get close, you see a man outside, kind of tending to the flowers in the courtyard of the church, of the cathedral. You see that this man is probably is a human, probably in his late 50s, so like 58 to 60 years old. And essentially, he is watering the plants outside. And as you come close, he's just like, "All right, who are these folks, and how can I help you?"
We come from Pegland. We are soldiers here to help with the problem, and we're currently bringing drinks to the church.
Oh, you're from the city of Peglin.
Yeah, we are sent here to help.
You're from the city.
Winter, your accent is bleeding into other voices.
I know, I'm working on it. I noticed it, and I'm working on it. Don't. We could always use the help. It's always necessary in the situation that we got going on right here.
Really got a big situation.
I would agree with that. It is a.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
No problem. It's quite the pickle, and we're trying our best to handle the situation. But unfortunately, it is much different than what we originally expected. But anybody who is looking for the Helm of Light, you obviously will always have Helm's protection. As he will proceed to help you bring in some nice room temperature ale into the church. And as you walk in, you see the church has been changed and modified for the situation. There are cots along each of the walls, so there's plenty of places to sleep. You do see that there are still some of the oh god, what are they called? Church benches.
Pews?
Yeah, pews. Yeah, you notice that there are still there are still 6 pews towards the front where the father would speak. But the rest of the wall is lined with beds, cots for makeshift beds. You see children playing in this room. They're playing with what little toys they have, or they're playing tag, or pretending to be soldiers.
They're making the best out of the situation.
You see the women inside of here are they're knitting, some of them are cooking off in the corner to help make cook up some provisions for everybody. Everybody seems to be doing their part to try to help out. There are some women sharpening weapons to make sure that the guards have the deadliest weapons they can have. And you also see some men kind of taking the time to make sure the church, if there's any patchwork they could do for the church, they are working on it. Basically, they're makeshift carpenters.
I'd smile looking around and say, you got a nice little thing going around here.
Oh,
It's good to make the best out of the situation you're in.
Indeed, you're right on that one. Very fortunately, most of us realized the situation was very dire. We were able to get as many people together as possible, and they helped modify our living situation and made it so that more people could survive this and still live and not just survive, especially for the little ones.
Yeah, it's best for the little ones to...
You see quite a few of these carpenter men kind of walk up as they realize that the ale is for everybody, and they kind of, since they're finished with their work for the day, since it's starting to get late, they're very happy to have the ale to...
We brought booze!
And most of them partake in the booze, but you can see that they're not as joyous as you would think they would be, as they are still kind of very seldom about the situation.
I look around and just know that they've been in a very stressful situation, and I know they're not going to be at their best.
But you do notice that...
Pull out my fiddle!
Roll me a
Hunter,
performance check.
quick question.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hunter, quick question.
What's up?
Would one of my gladiatorial songs be fitful for this situation?
Or one of your gladiatorial songs? I mean, it could be if it's a song about strife and surviving it. I assume.
Yes, that's what most gladiatorial songs are about.
I'm gonna play
So I'll go ahead and sing along with his fiddle too.
I'm gonna play a cheerful. That is a 12.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a nat 20 on this watch.
Not quite a natural 20.
That's still pretty good.
You sing.
It's a 13.
Blue, you're having kind of a hard time nailing a song that helps with the mood, as the mood is kind of melancholy. But you're trying your best, and it's something you're not quite used to as of yet.
I'm used to playing for bars, not extremely sad people.
Exactly, and you're used to like trying to make money and coin off of your songs and everything, but this is the kind of town that they're struggling, and paying for things isn't exactly as common as.
I'm not trying to make money here.
So
mood a bit.
So basically, you play a song, and you see they are happy to hear it, and it does make them feel a little better. They're not quite out of their funk. And as far as your character goes, Sculvin, you're singing a song that you reminisce from your days in the gladiatorial pits. It does seem to ring true with these people, especially the part where the feeling of strife and not being able to do anything and struggling to try to make a difference, even though some days it feels like there's no difference to be made. They do connect with that, and it does make them feel a little better knowing that you guys understand. Would you like me to have a word with them, or would you like to have a word with them? Okay.
If I can't.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
I can.
it's so ridiculously loud, and it's freaking nearly 10 o'clock. They should not be that loud.
Nope, I will send them to bed.
I'm going to say, this is an apartment, not a house.
Yep, I will send them to bed.
And even then, I'd still be mad that they were being that loud at night. But either way.
Yeah, but it's not like neighbors would be able to hear them.
Yeah, like our very noisy upstairs neighbors that basically stomp on their floor constantly. But anywhoozles, they are happy to hear the song. Why is it's unplugged? Why is it unplugged? Why is my stuff unplugged? It is hot in here. That would explain why it's hot in here. My fan is unplugged, and I'm not happy about it. Alright, hold on. I'm going to plug in my fan, but I'm going to continue explaining. You guys are just going to have to hear. I cannot hear your reactions just yet. Basically, you guys play a more melancholy song, and you guys are doing your best to try to cheer up the mood. They're still happy to hear the music, and they're still happy to have a little bit more liveliness in their town, as they all are having a hard time seeing the light of what's going on. As you're playing, you see that the father of the church, Romero, is kind of clapping along as he wants people to get into the mood of the situation. He wants to see them in a less sour note and continue to strive to be happy in a situation where they would deem not to be. Come on.
How's it going, stream?
You guys tell me if this makes any noise.
What?
There we go. Much better. Jesus.
Can you hear something whirring on in the background?
Nope.
Okay.
Once you finish performing and everybody's kind of taking a seat, and some of them are happily taking their drinks in stride and trying to enjoy the evening, some of them are kind of very somberly enjoying it, just sipping from their glasses. You could tell that the faith isn't exactly in high. Everybody's not exactly in high spirits or high faith right now. They've been dealing with this blight for 2 weeks, and they're the fifth of the size that they were just a few days prior.
Forgot who 90% had Bloodborne. I look around the room and smile. I put my fiddle away and go sit down, holding a cup of ale.
Okay, but
You go ahead and try to go get ready for the battlements.
okay, Napoleon will lead you and Kazir out, and Garnan will go out too, but he's going to take the opposite side where a bunch of other guards are.
He doesn't really have any ranged weapons
Nope.
besides some javelin.
Nope, he is going to join the battlements in case anybody gets too close.
Okay, fair.
Where's Knackle?
Knackle is going to stay at the church and start talking to Father Romero about the situation.
Would Bimp be joining us since she's a spellcaster?
Bimp, I think she would rather be interrogating people in town, trying to get some more information. Maybe even talking to...
Interrogating? Holy crap.
Well,
Oh, excuse me.
interrogating as in asking questions.
Can I help with that?
You certainly can.
Should I roll an interrogation check?
Well, we will get to that. Basically, Kazir and Skolvin, you are led to one of the towers that is near the front gate. And you notice that basically, Captain Napoleon has taken it upon himself to make himself the third of that tower so he can keep an eye on you guys since you're new to town. And he basically goes over how he uses these special little tipped arrows known as barbed arrows. So to explain how a barbed arrow works is that the arrowhead is heavier than a normal arrowhead. And instead of having a simple triangular point, it is actually kind of more of a makeshift drill top. And it seems to has random spikes sticking out of the arrowhead.
So like you can't pull it out real easily and
Exactly. Basically, as you launch the arrow from your bow, as it flies through the air, kind of like a spiral football, it spins. So when it lands, it digs deeper into the flesh, and because it weighs more and it's barbed, it makes it very hard to pull the arrow out. And it also weighs you down, so it makes it harder for you to be able to...
That made my arm hurt for some
Fun.
reason.
To explain that whole situation, basically, if you hit a zombie with one of these arrows, they're knocked prone.
So, are we aiming for the legs?
Essentially, that's what we're going for. We don't want to kill them, we just want to knock them to the ground. So...
Nah.
Shoulders,
Turn them into potatoes.
shoulders, legs, anything like that. Only as a last resort do we kill. Only if a civilian's life is in danger.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we let them run through the town, let them get bored, and let them move on.
So we're trying not to pick a fight with these things.
That is correct. The less fighting, the better, until we solve this situation. Which,
Situation.
at that point, I assume you would start teaching Kazir about more proper
The
aiming,
longbow?
more proper aiming and
Yes.
placement tricks. In that case,
Yes, I will.
I'm about to say, Kazir, I would like you to roll me a dexterity check.
A strength and dexterity.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing so
Oh,
far.
that's
Both?
true. Let's start with a strength check.
Okay, hold on one moment. My computer's... For some reason it lagged.
No, it's okay. Let's say so 1d20 plus your strength.
13, my strength, I'm trying to remember
It's a
my
minus
strength.
one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So -1, so a 12.
Not too bad.
And then have you roll me a
And
dexterity.
that's bad.
That's a 5 with his +3 dex.
Oh boy. So you're starting to get used to the weight of the drawstring. That doesn't seem to be holding you back anymore. Basically, pulling it back, and like you're starting to pull back a little bit easier with a little bit more ease. But unfortunately, trying to do it as fast as, like, say, your short bow seems to fall very much short. You're able to basically, through this section of your training, you are essentially getting used to loading up a longbow in comparison to a short bow. Because how a short bow, like, compounds it and fires it is much different than how a longbow launches and compounds it. So basically, you're starting to learn that there's more force and impact with a longbow. But it does come with its own set of disadvantages. So with that being said, you and Sculpin shows you some stuff, and you have a hard time with the trying to keep up with Sculpin with his practices of the longbow. But you're doing your best, and you're not doing that bad.
Excellent.
In the meantime,
So, Winter,
yes,
are you gonna have us roll attack rolls against these zombies, or just
we will see. We will see what happens.
All right.
Moving back to
Ogie shows up on the 5th day. Oh no.
you guys are fucked. But
You're
they're
screwed.
acting
You're
like
about to fight a
Courage
level
the
20
Cowardly Lion.
ogre at level 3.
I do believe in spooks. I do.
oh boy. Oh boy.
You're about to fight a level 20 ogre at level 3.
About to say, in the meantime, you guys, about to say, Blue, you are currently back at the church with Bimp Naughton.
He is helping with interrogations.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
And basically, she explains that the first place they should start is Father Romero, trying to get an understanding of how this whole incursion happened. And so Knackle will walk up to Father Romero, and they apparently have a brief conversation. If you guys would like to hear it, obviously you can, or if you want to chime in, you certainly can.
I want to hear. Just listen.
Essentially, a conversation starts to ensue between Bimp and the guard over here, as in regards to magic and how that affects the city. That argument did not end well. But in this case, basically, they're having a conversation, and they seem to be having a decent one. Leaning in, you can hear them kind of talk about how, hey, you abandoned us. Hey, I turned my back because you didn't give me a choice. Hey, you're giving away our secret tech. Hey, I'm just doing what I believe is the correct thing to do. Many things to explain. Many ways to explain all this stuff that's happening in the town, as they're trying to say, basically, asking questions. Most of them are explaining why some people died, and some of them are the way they are, and they are like, oh, I didn't deserve this, I did what I needed to. I'm going to have Blue roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Persuasion, because you're trying to get people to talk.
Okay.
This is gonna be so well.
That
It's
is
a 17.
Yeah, 17.
I'm going to roll for Knackle.
Why am I memorizing your guys' stats so well? Whenever it comes to mine, I literally cannot remember.
Who rolled a 7, and Abby's out of the room, so I will roll.
Look, I can't even remember anything else.
But I can remember y'all's guys' stats like at the top of my head.
And Bimp Naughton got a natural 17, so an 18.
Yay.
And essentially, so yeah, most of the people, like, you start asking questions of most of these people, and most of them kind of give you the same answers. like, oh, well, we didn't mean for this to happen. Like, oh, we were, the people who died were people that, like, oh, they needed to do this, or they, they unfortunately were caught up in this, or Ogie did this, or these zombies did this, and you can tell a lot of them feel the pain of loss. All the people that were taken were family, friends, neighbors, people that they knew. This wasn't a huge city. This was a town. Mostly everybody knew each other.
Hey, since you're the Spider-Man guy, you know which Spider-Man cartoon you watch. Will you go find it for Jesse and Elena, please?
They want to watch my
They
version of
want to
Spider-Man?
watch your Spider-Man cartoon.
Okay.
I don't know which one it is.
It's the 90s Spider-Man.
Five of them
Nice.
on Disney Plus.
I will put on the one that I love very deeply.
90s Spider-Man.
Hold on, guys. This is very important. My daughters need their daily dose of Spider-Man.
Tobey
I
Maguire's
don't know which
Spider-Man?
one it is.
Man, we're having to interrupt D&D for Spider-Man.
That's a good.
Spider-Man.
It's not like it's a bad Spider-Man, though, at least.
it's a
I don't even
good
know who
one.
the 1900 Spider-Man is.
It was pretty good.
I apparently forgot that I 100%ed Bloodborne.
Nice.
Wow, someone doesn't have a life.
They gotta watch that version of Spider-Man because that's the correct version of Spider-Man.
How the correct?
That is the correct version.
Right.
There are many versions of Spider-Man. That's the correct version.
Okay. Is that the first one on?
When shall we
Guys,
get
my
it? Spider-Man,
store?
Spider-Man, D&D.
This is that's
D&D.
like
I don't know.
D&D.
The song.
I believe that's like
Beyond.
the second reboot of Spider-Man. As the original one was the Amazing Spider-Man, which was kind of corny. It is also the one where Spider-Man got cancer.
D&D Beyond. I'm trying to get him to sync. It's not working.
No, it's not. But you're pretty loud considering I had my headphones away from me and I could hear you.
It's D&D Beyond.
All right. Well, anyways, sorry about that, guys. They wanted to watch my favorite version of Spider-Man, which was the 90s version of Spider-Man, which is in my opinion is the best version of Spider-Man. And also, the Ultimate Spider-Man wasn't bad either.
Over 50% of players give up on Bloodborne before fighting the cleric beast.
I could see that. It's a pretty hard game, from what
Why?
I understand.
There's no reason to give up on it.
I beat
You're a wuss if you don't play Bloodborne to the very end.
I beat
Yep.
Cleric Beast on my first try.
Well,
But anyways, moving on. Basically, you talk to all of them, and yes, a lot of them are feeling some pain and some regret. However, Pimp Naughton, I rolled for you, and you
Okay.
had a natural 17 plus
Okay.
1. You noticed something out of the ordinary in this group.
She got one above me.
Yeah, she got one above you, but you would also notice this if you rolled a 17
was
as
it
well.
Perception?
Yes.
Okay, I have a +2 perception.
Oh, not perception, persuasion.
Persuasion.
But actually, that's a good
Persuaded.
point. Have you the 3 people who are interrogating? Have you roll me perception checks? So Blue, have you roll me a perception check?
Okay.
Knackle is rolling shitely
That
today.
His robotic
Oh,
servos haven't gotten oil in like a while, so
Error.
he needs an oil refreshment.
Well,
He
I
needs
have
an
a
oil
17
refreshment, guys.
to perception.
That's a 14.
So 14 for you, Blue. You got a
I have a 15 +2, so 17.
17. And Knackle got a 9. Since he rolled a 7.
Isn't he,
Knuckle needs some oil.
is he proficient? Perception?
That's a good question.
Because if he's proficient.
It's a good question if he's proficient in perception.
No,
No, he is not.
he
So,
does not have perception.
just
Hey, Winter,
yes,
question.
what's up?
So he's just gotta.
What's up?
What does proficiency with like tools provide me? For example, like proficiency with gambling dice, or
Uh,
proficiency with disguise kit.
Basically, they include you get to when you basically it means when you use like for example if you put on your disguise kit and you need to fit in normal society, like normal society wearing your disguises, it allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the roll. So, like for example, like roll me a stealth check. Oh, okay, you roll me a die 20 plus plus your stealth. But with
Oh,
a
that reminds me, I need to buy a disguise kit.
but
Sorry.
if you use that and you have say for example a disguise kit, you can add to your stealth because you're trying to fit in.
Oh, and a potion
and
kit.
you roll it, you add your stealth plus a
Poison.
proficiency bonus. So, like for example, your proficiency bonus at your current level is +3.
No, it's +2.
Is it
I
+2?
have Wait.
Oh yeah, because you guys are level 3. It's level +2. That's my bad.
I
you
have
guys-
a proficiency in performance, and I have.
Yes,
we're not level 9.
Yes, but that's
Casey.
those are different categories.
We're
It's kind of like
not level 9.
it's kind of like how does thieves tools work? Well, thieves tools is a dexterity check with proficiency bonus if you're proficient in using thieves tools.
We have a +2.
Wait.
So like proficiency with die,
until
how
level
like
5,
proficiency with
or
gambling die, how would that work?
Essentially,
Doing it wrong.
no, you haven't been doing it wrong. These are separate checks. Your musician stuff is different.
Okay.
Because basically, because these are with like specific tools and for specific actions. Loaded dice is essentially you're cheating to trick people. So the loaded dice proficiency with gambling basically allows you to add your proficiency bonus when it comes to some sleight of hand.
He's a bard, right?
Like for example, you don't want people to see that you're cheating, like you're trying to slip cards into your hand, or you're trying to make the dice roll in a specific way, or you're trying to mess with people's rolls. So basically, you being proficient in gambling equipment is like
I hope someone like saw the 3 D100 rolls I just made, because I got a 10, a 13, and a 4 on a D100.
Wow.
hilarious. But anyways, with those perception rolls, I would say that Bimp, you would notice it.
A bard knows 22 spells.
Yes, but that's not what we're talking about right
I
now.
know it's not.
Blue, unfortunately, you do. Oh, I mean, you notice something, but you can't quite pinpoint it. Knuckle knows nothing. Blue, you're looking around
He's
this
like,
group of
what are you
people.
talking about?
Blue, you're looking around this group of people, and most of them are actually like very mournful and very sad about the whole situation. However,
Good,
there is
go eat it.
one person who, while yes, is very mournful, is a little more aloof than everybody else. And it appears to be like 2 of the guards that are helping protect the church. As Napoleon would explain that they leave a couple of guards at the church every night just in case things go sour. And for you, Bimp,
Yes.
you notice was one person in particular who seems to be downing himself in a little bit more ale than he should, and that would be the second in command, Richard. He seems to be drinking a bit more than anybody
Richie.
else.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Okay. You walk up.
I'm not gonna like do any persuading yet, unless it's necessary.
Blue, did you want to follow her lead on this one, or?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'ma
you
follow.
So you both walk up to the second in command, who is drinking from a tankard of ale, and he seems to be kind of downing it, where everybody else seems to be like sipping on it. He's probably down 2 of them.
I ask him if he's enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I am enjoying it. Thank you.
You seem to be drinking it a little fast.
Well, I mean, zombies, they tend to put me a little on edge, and this helps take the edge off.
Can I do an insight?
Yes. If you guys want to roll an insight check, you can.
Okay. Woo!
Oh, Vic believes him.
Oish.
Okay. That is an 8.
Oh boy.
Let's see if
Bimp
Knack.
roll nat 20.
Bimp rolled a natural 1.
Oh yeah, she knows exactly what he's talking about.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll for Knackle, see if he can save your guys' butts. Let's see here. Plus his,
Excuse
He
me.
gets a nat 20.
well,
he gets a nat
he gets
20.
a plus 30 to his insights, so he got a 13. So Knackle seems to see something you guys don't. As to you guys, it makes perfect sense why he's freaking out a little bit.
Right.
Zombies, they're fucking scary.
I brought the alcohol. He can drink it.
Knackle, however, seems to be a little more kind of looking at him sideways. You seem to be hiding something. Are you okay? What? I'm fine. I'm just drinking to take the edge off. That is all. I'd like to do my job in peace, thank you.
You can't fight well
That's a
while
18
drunk.
Investigation.
You do know that, right?
I'm not drunk. I'm not
Drunk.
I'm not
The room's just spinning a bit.
I'm not drunk. I'm still good to drive.
I tell him to stand his butt up and walk in a straight line to the pews.
He starts walking.
Guys, he's rolling with disadvantage.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's drunk.
He starts walking a straight line. Oh, it's so perfect, so great, until you notice that his legs keep crossing for some reason as he's walking. He almost tumbles over, but manages to catch himself as he gets to the pews. You see, I'm fine. It's all good.
I just face palm.
Bimp isn't buying this whatsoever.
Yeah, Blue's apparently face palming at the situation.
I've been drunk so
18
many
to
times. I
persuasion?
know what it's like.
What are you?
Are drunk.
What are you trying to persuade? Tell me your argument, Bimp. Since you seem to want to take the lead on this one.
Do you know something you're not letting everybody else know?
Is there something you're not sharing with the class?
Do you know who's behind the curse?
No, I have no idea. No, I have no idea.
I just go over to him and pat him on the back. That's enough ale.
Insight check!
You should see the look Abby gave me when I said it like that.
Insight check!
Do you want to take him at his word?
No.
You're on insight.
I'm gonna roll an insight.
Okay, Blue, roll an insight. Do you want to roll an insight for Bimp? Natural 1.
I got a 3.
No! Oh, a natural 1 and a natural 2. Wait,
I've
make
been
Knuckle
lucky,
roll.
buddy.
Well,
Make Knuckle roll.
well,
He needs to pick up some slack here.
Well, fortunately for you guys, he also rolled a 2. So,
I rolled a 3.
Blue, you
I
know.
got 3, so I'm good.
Bimp, he's fine. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's
He's
the
fine.
wizard whose intelligence is higher than everybody else's.
I know! I should have an advantage on that.
You should, but you shan't. And whether it's shan't or shisn't is still yet to be decided. However, Blue rolls just high enough. Literally, based solely on how badly I rolled, Blue was able to figure out that, yes, he is indeed lying.
I can speak through the drunk.
I know the drunk language.
The drunk have their own language. It's called herb.
Herbaderpader.
Gerbs.
Intimidate.
You're not as ugly as people say you are.
I sigh and kind of put a hand on my rapier and say, just tell us the truth.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Actually, wouldn't it
Okay.
be intimidation since he's holding his rapier?
I mean, I guess that would be for intimidation. Are you trying to intimidate him or trying to persuade him to talk?
Persuade him.
You just kind of have your hand on
He
the
just chose
hilts.
to.
Yeah, I have my hand on my side, but my rapier's right there, and I don't want to touch my fiddle. Or, yeah, my fiddle.
Just duel! You pull out your fiddle. Ha-da-dee, ha-da-doo, ha-da-dum.
Yeah. Persuasion! Yeah!
Woo! Natural 20.
Whoa! That's a nat 20.
Persuading.
The first time in a long time.
Natural 20 to talk him into talking.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to see if he can roll a counter natural 20.
Even if he does, he's still gonna fail. Blue has
Oh.
like a +6 persuasion.
Oh,
He
I know.
does not beat that with his 13. You see that this guy has been drinking quite a bit, and you see him kind of sit down in a pew. And he
oh,
sits-
sorry.
You see him sit down in a pew, and he puts his head in his hands, and he starts crying.
I sit down beside him and kind of rub his back.
It's true! It was me! I'm the one who did this.
Why?
Wait, are we being serious here?
You-
Winter, are we being serious here?
Tell me how.
What?
Are we being serious about like it's true, it's me part?
Yeah, this person is confessing.
Oh shit!
He rolled a crit.
Wait, is Kassir near, or is this some?
No,
just
you guys-
No,
you-
we're over at the battlements.
Yeah, you
We're
guys
over
are.
at the battlements.
Yeah, you guys are up at the battlements, keeping an eye out for zombies.
I rub his back and say in a condescending voice, just tell me what happened.
Bimp, Blue, and Knackle are right there, and you see he's crying, and he starts explaining what happened.
Bimp just asked why.
Well, it all started a month ago when we were dealing with the broken skull. We were handling the situation pretty well. There didn't seem to be any problems. Anytime Napoleon seems to be at the battlefield, he always seems to have his right foot forward and able to take on the threat with no fear of his fear of dying. However, during this encounter, I unfortunately almost died. I was damned close. I was afraid. I was afraid that I was going to die, that I was going to fall into the endless nothing. In my time being unconscious, all I saw was nothing, pure darkness. And that scared me more than anything I'd ever felt before, and it shaked my faith. And it shaked my faith.
I've been there.
We need to go see the captain. It's time I face my demons. I'll show you guys where this all started, truly.
Thank you.
And
I get up. I get up and help him up since he's still drunk.
Yeah, Knackle will help, and also because he's also got his arm securely locked on on his side, just in case. Bimp, you're gonna follow. Going over to the battlements. About to say, an hour passes while you guys are practicing with the bow and, you know, kind of getting your positions correctly, trying to practice all of your stances and
7:30.
taking some practice shots. You're just prepping for what's about to happen.
It's a bit after 7:30, so it's about to be dusk.
Yeah. Dusk is coming. And as the sun starts to set, as a little bit of time passes, because the interrogation would have taken you guys a while, because you were just talking to a bunch of people. Skulvin, Kazir, have you roll me perception checks?
Okay.
Oh yeah, nat 20.
Come
Does a
on.
19. Does a 19 work?
Dang it.
Winter, does a 19 work?
Yes.
What's
And-
that?
What's his mine again? I keep forgetting my perception, right?
Yes, perception.
How's your perception? Your
Oh, plus
perception.
2.
Yeah.
So on 18.
So, yeah, good enough.
All right. So between
We should both see this.
I say between the two of you, you are able to see, you are able to hear off in the distance.
I pull out my longbow and ready to shoot. Man.
Off in the distance, you see a total of 5 zombies walking towards the town.
No. That is. I thought it was gonna be higher.
Oh, I'm rolling some.
Alright, stand at the ready to fire on signal.
You see the captain just kind of, and you see kind of okay. You guys ever see Avatar: The Last Airbender, the show?
No.
A bit, only a bit.
In one of the episodes, there's a character named Jet who speaks to his people using whistles, like various different kinds of whistles, similar to how birds communicate.
Okay.
You see as he throws out a couple of whistles in different volumes and different, oh god, what would be the term for this? Different volumes
Pitches?
and different pitches. You see some of the guards, you see some of these guards kind of positioning themselves. One even climbs to the top of their little watchtower, like on top of the little roof, and position himself in a higher up angle.
Oh, wait.
And you see a couple of the you see the battlement guards getting ready just in case. As these zombies start coming into the gates, you see no resistance. The doors are open, so the zombies can come in no problem. And with you guys rolled a pretty decent perception check, an 18 and a 19. You see that there are already people out by the trees on the ground near the buildings. And you seem to be carrying harpoons.
Okay.
Uh,
So they're the tripwire tactics.
yeah.
Can we see Garnan down there by them?
Garnan, you can definitely see Garnan down by the battlements, as they are ready, as they
Nigger, 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 nigger.
Okay, block that
Wait,
asshole.
hey.
What the heck?
And we got a block.
I already banned him, so it's all good. Moving on.
Oh, good.
Who
What
even
the-
invited him?
Well,
Yep.
he probably just followed the link and was decided to be an asshole. It happens. I'm just gonna keep my mouse over there because I feel like we haven't seen the last of him. And Hoozles.
Yeah. Pardon my language, but
No,
yeah, that's a
No,
No.
that was totally called for right
no,
there.
it was 100% called for. Don't feel bad, Stray Cat. There are always gonna be some assholes like that who think it's funny to just start dropping inappropriate language.
And by the tone of his voice, you could tell he was actually I'm not going to use that word, but a person who is extremely mentally challenged.
Pretty much. That is an accurate assessment. Moving on. You guys are
Back
positioned.
to D&D.
Yes.
Never felt my blood pressure go up so high.
Yeah. Basically, you guys can see that they've done this a decent number of times, and you can see Napoleon has kind of narrowed it down to a science dealing with just regular zombies. It's just Ogie that seems to be the problem for them at this point. And also, they don't want civilians out in the city during this whole situation.
It's probably the same dude.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking nigger.
Wow, look at that. It's so simple to just mute and ban them.
Man.
Oh, wow, I feel so offended. My feelings are hurt, shattered.
Oh my
How will I ever survive this inappropriate language? Oh, it's almost as if it's the first time I've dealt
gee.
with a troll. Moving on. Moving on. Like he's the first asshole I've ever had to deal with.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Now I'm afraid
Yeah.
that I might blow up the next time anyone comes in stream and go, but it won't
Don't
be
worry
him.
about it. Don't worry about it. He's probably making a new account right now to get ready and take
Yeah.
care of this. But I say it's all good.
Oh, yeah. Probably the only way to deal with it is delete the stream. Not stream. Delete the link for now.
Yeah, basically if he does it again.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I mean, we could just like block off this chat so no one else can join.
That is true. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Let's see here. Permissions. Create invite. That how you do it? Just create an invite?
Yeah, I think so. Or you could make it so that only people with like D&D what is it called? My brain just crapped.
Like only people at like a certain rank can enter this.
Yeah, like a roll, a D&D
Like, yeah,
roll.
yeah.
So only
Like
people. Yeah, sorry.
like you have to be like at least Kasasa guard in order to enter this chat.
Yeah, either way, taken care of. I have it set that you have to be invited into this chat.
Sure.
Moving on. You
God,
guys,
that.
you see that the captain kind of leans in one of these arrows, his special arrows, to one of you. Well, which one of you would like to take a shot?
Ooh, me, sir, me.
He hands you the arrow.
Oh.
Would you like a shot as well?
Yes, please, I said. Kassir says in a kind of tired voice.
He hands you one of his special shot arrows as well.
Cool.
Rolling attack.
Yep, go ahead and roll.
So Winter does a 18 hit.
Easily.
Oh, cool. What's his
I'm gonna
name?
roll damage.
I'm
Or do we
pretty
have to
sure
roll
my
damage?
attack is pretty high, but just want to make sure. Where's the attack? Sorry, my
It's dexterity.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
dexterity.
Plus your proficiency.
God, now I feel really dumb.
It's dexterity plus your proficiency,
Plus 3.
so
So
Plus-
yeah, I have +3 dexterity.
So that'd be a 20 to hit.
yes. So don't forget, Stray Cat, when you attack, it is plus your dexterity plus your proficiency, which proficiency is +2. So +5 in total.
Kill.
So that would be a 20 to
So
hit,
you
which you
hit.
do. About to say, and for both of you, about to say, I would like you guys to roll me your normal dice for damage. In this case, Hermaeus, for you're using a longbow, so that'd be a die 8. But then I would like you to also roll me a die 4.
So that's do I add my dex modifier to both of these rolls?
Just the main roll.
All right. So the first one is going to be 3 damage, and then the second is going to be 6 damage in total.
Oy.
You watch as the arrow shatters through the leg, completely destroying what bone might have been in there. And you watch as this arrow just embeds in and embeds in the ground. The zombie is not able to move. It is trying to pull the arrow out to no success. Straight, would you like to roll damage?
Yep.
For you, it'd be a die 6 since you're using your short bow, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
RD6, or is there a space?
Roll one.
Yes, there's a space.
Yeah, roll 1d6.
Oh, right. 1 space D6.
No. 1, no
Yeah.
space, d6.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Semicolon,
Sorry.
roll space 1d6.
yeah.
oh yeah. 1 RD6. I mean, space D6.
No.
Sorry.
R space 1d6.
Oh, okay. Sorry if I'm still kind of.
It's all good.
frazzled.
It has been a week, and when assholes come a knocking.
Yep.
So that's 6 damage plus an additional
1d4. Yes.
Oy.
That's fine. That
So
is safe.
7 damage in total. That's
Sim-
still more damage than what I did.
Similar to what you saw Skulven do. You shot the arrow and it blasts through his leg, but in your case, you also kind of blast into the hip a little bit, and you watch as the zombies knock prone to the ground, flat on his back, unable to pull himself out of the ground as the arrow head seems to have embedded into the ground. And yes, that did happen, Tiny. It's not the first time I've dealt with assholes. It happens. It is what it is.
Winter.
Yes.
Winter. Can you roll a reaction from the guard captain?
Sure, I can roll a reaction. Hold on.
Yay.
Let's see how the guard captain reacts. I'd say plus his charisma. I'd say how his reaction would just be, whee! That's some nice shooting there, boys. I couldn't have done it better myself. As you watch, as two more of the 5 zombies that walk up, they kind of get close. One of them tries to get closer to the tower, but as he gets closer to the tower, hold on a second. I'm gonna roll for this.
Skulven just sort of smiles like a smug
And then
grin.
for the other one, okay, you watch as both these zombies get harpooned in the side, and you watch as these people drop out of the trees, using the harpoon to pull them up into the tree. And then basically tying it off with the harpoon in the ground. The zombies are kind of half struggling to get out, but they're not exactly very mobile creatures. You do see that there is one more that's kind of just moping around. And you see as the captain pulls out his bow and just goes, "Alrighty, boys, I'll take care of this one."
Watch him miss.
That would be 15 plus his, so 19 to hit, which does.
Dang it. I want
And
to
that
be
would
funny.
be die 8 plus a die 4. So that would be a 12 points of damage. You watch as this one actually buries into the chest. It buries itself into the chest of the zombie. The zombie is not moving. You can't tell if he's dead or not, though.
I look over and point and said, "I thought you said we're not supposed to kill him."
That's what I said, and I try not to kill him. But at the same time, it's one of those things that sometimes you accidentally
Hit double.
hit him a little bit harder
yes.
than you mean to. But
And then like Skulven just like sighs and he says, "Yeah, I understand. Sometimes being too great is sort of a crime."
Also, Tiny, I agree with you. They did have a good mic, but they were also assholes. So I mean, what can you do?
Yep.
Their mic quality was good though.
Eh,
Moving on.
didn't seem that
They
good to
probably
me, but it
they
could
probably got a
just the
good mic
voice.
just to be like that.
Yeah, the
King of dicks.
the first
Pardon
guy,
my language.
first guy, his was kind of bad. The second guy though, his mic quality was pretty good. Of course.
Oh, I thought they were the same guy. I mean, they both.
Probably the same guy, but who knows? Either way, they're
Yeah.
banned.
Thank God.
I banned.
So I do have a feeling we will see them again someday soon.
Oh, you can.
Which
well,
I hope.
With
but
internet trolls, you
not-
can always expect it.
Yeah.
That's typically why I
You just have to
have.
be the bigger man.
Yeah, you just gotta accept that it's gonna happen one way or another. I would normally lean on a mod to make sure that that doesn't happen, but unfortunately, all my mods are incapacitated.
Offline.
Except
I mean,
You know what I mean. And
I mean,
Yeah.
Winter. If you're lacking in mods,
I'll keep
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I'll keep it in mind. But it's one of those things where I loved having this conversation with my admins about it, and they were just like, "Oh, we don't really need more mods," and it's just like, "Yeah, you say that, but we kind of need some for, the streams."
Yeah.
right?
And it's like,
We need some that
we
are
need
like,
someone who's actually gonna be here.
Nano would
I mean,
normally.
I wouldn't mind doubling as the
Nano-
mod while I'm in.
Nano is
these-
pretty normally active. Nano is pretty active. I will give him that. Just like
He's just on
In the
vacation.
wee hours of the night, someone's not really active.
Yeah. Moving on. So you watch as all these zombies have been incapacitated. They're no longer a threat. You do not see any more zombies coming this way at the moment. The gates have been shut for now.
For now.
Upon the zombies being... However, upon the zombies being successfully captured, and the zombies... Yeah, captured and incapacitated. And basically you watch as there's a bunch of archers just kind of watching over them to make sure that they don't do anything. You watch as you, Skulvin and Kazir and the captain, you all can see Blue, Knackle, Bimp, and the Captain and second in command Richard walking up to the tower.
I'm holding on to him rather tightly because
And
he's
so-
been stumbling.
I'm gonna like.
And so is Knackle.
Skull's just gonna like sit here and just like dance with like his little string a bit, like make like a little tune out of his little string, bump, like a bass, you know.
But you do watch as they're approaching. You watch as the
Can I
captain...
roll? Can I roll performance for my bass longbow?
Yeah, you could try.
Was just gonna follow to the
Singular
captain.
note.
That's the 10. Does a 10? Is a 10 okay?
10's alright. Like it's it's okay base.
Is it a catchy tune?
It's alright.
Just boinging things.
It's just
over.
boing boing
Boing,
boing
boing, boing,
boing boing
boing, boing,
boing
boing.
boing 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 boing. It's not making any other noise other than the one beat because of the string and how it's positioned. It's
It's fun.
Yeah, 'cause
Boing 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 boing.
yeah, because you gotta picture it how like a harp would work. There's a reason why there's multiple strings and in multiple different tensions.
Well, I mean, if you were bending it, might make it, if you bent the bow right, it might change the tone. You know, like
Exactly.
kind of like a.
Exactly, but you also risk breaking the bowstring doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
No, you don't.
I'm not giving you a loot string for your bow.
You see the captain kind of lean down, kind of lean over the side of the tower and just goes, "Oh there! Oh, what can I help you guys with? Richard, you're supposed to be guarding the church tonight."
We have some important news.
We have some
He has something
important
to tell
Boing
you.
things
boing
to tell you.
boing boing boing.
The captain kind of gives a sideways glance. "It seems like your friends want to talk about something." He starts walking down the tower stairs.
Thank God, he is too drunk to go up the stairs.
Skulvin, Kazir, you guys following the captain?
Yeah.
Sure. Can we roll like insight to see like what's this all about?
Oh, you can roll insight if you want.
Wow, painfully average rolls here, guys.
You can see he's.
What's my
drunk.
insight?
That's it.
You can see that...
I have a +3 to insight.
Oh,
13.
pardon me.
Yeah, with that 13, you can definitely tell the second Richard's drunk. He's unfit for duty right now. And you can tell that Blue and Bimp do not seem to be in a playful, jovial mood. They seem very serious.
Oh, Winter, new guy. It's the same dude.
No. That is a
On
friend of mine.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. This
Oh.
one I know.
Does Knackle have
Trail
one
the
hand,
Forgotten.
like, locked to his
Yeah.
head and the other one on Richard?
I literally just sent them the link.
Okay.
Everything...
Glad that you cleared that up, because I would have been pretty skeptical of this dude.
I take it your guys are in another chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta say, what's up?
What I was asking was, when Knackle has one hand locked to his side, would he have one hand on Richard's shoulder or something?
Yeah, basically he's got him kind of locked in place.
Okay.
So he can't run.
Yeah, so he can't run.
He couldn't
Yeah.
run anyways.
He couldn't run anyways, he'd buckle under his own...
Right.
So, what seems to be the issue here?
I'd whisper to Richard in a
I'm gonna ask Richard.
condescending
Richard,
voice.
do you want me to tell him or do you want to tell him?
Blue, you're whispering to him in a condescending voice into Richard's ear.
Yeah, I say just tell him it'd be better to hear from you instead of one of us.
Well, Captain.
He isn't Napoleon.
I know.
He isn't Napoleon.
He's stuttering for his drinking, and plus also I'm using Napoleon's voice so much that it's actually causing a hiccup
It's
in my
bleeding.
voice. Yes.
It's bleeding into other voices.
Right. Captain, there's something I want to show you inside of the barracks. If you don't mind. Okay, but what's this all about?
I stay silent.
It's my fault that this all happened.
Even
I'm the one who did this. Oh, that's a funny one. Oh, this jokester getting drunk and telling jokes.
Can I roll inside to see if he's being serious?
I speak up and say he's being serious.
It's not a nat one, but
Not in that one, but not great.
Winter,
Yes.
can I roll insight to see if he's being serious here?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
I
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yes,
Yeah,
you know he's being
he's
100%
serious.
truthful. He is being honest.
I speak
I
up
I,
and tell him.
I tell Napoleon he's being like 100% dead serious here.
Really?
He's
I can tell in his
100%
eyes.
serious.
Son of a bitch.
I would know nothing to do about being guilty.
I get in front of Richard, kind of protecting him.
You see that Napoleon hasn't drawn his weapon. He's still... His bow is now in a kind of a little pouch on his back. Kind of its own version of a sheath.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and sheath my bow, but like kind of just like slightly place my hand on my sword.
But anyways, you watch as Napoleon kind of walks up to him.
Kazir is sorry, I wasn't
What?
quite. Kazir is kind of in shock about all of this, hearing it and knowing it's true just because of Tiny or Blue's agreeing with it.
My code, don't find
You
a
know,
man
my
when he's
nat
drunk.
my nat 20 on insight here.
He doesn't care about you.
You see Napoleon kind of tilt his head to the side as he points to a building that appears to be the army's barracks. The army's barracks. You can tell it's a barracks because there seems to be a more formal design on the side, and it appears to be a longer size building for the holding of weapons and prisoners. Take him that way. Knuckle starts kind of pulling Richard towards the barracks. I assume you're walking with him, Blue?
Yes, I am staying with
I
Richard.
would also
and
like to partake in the
drunk.
walking.
They all start following. You see before the captain gets to the barracks, you hear another set of whistles. And then you kind of hear a whistle back. And the captain's like, alright, they got this here. If there are more zombies that pull up, well, then they know what to do. If Ogie shows up, they know what to do to get my attention. Let's get inside. As you guys lead him inside, Richard, his head's kind of... You can see that he's having a hard time holding his head up at this point.
I take out my flute, then just
Hey,
blow
Winter.
on it to get him awake.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Winter,
Yes.
is my water skin like still full?
Of slime? Yes.
No, just like of water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you concentrated the slime into...
Poison, yeah.
Yeah, about to say, yeah, it's full of water. You refilled it, if I remember correctly.
Does water age at all? Just odd thought.
I mean,
I
in
mean,
Of course it
No.
does.
It
Role
does.
play.
I mean, it does, but in a water skin, that process, the process is slowed down quite a bit.
Oh, okay,
It's
so
like it being in a water bottle.
Yeah,
Alright.
the water's not going to go stagnant unless
just making sure.
until it's more exposed to air. Then it will probably start going
I'm
stagnant.
gonna hand Richard my. I'm gonna hand Richard my water skin.
His arms are locked, so he can't take it.
Damn.
Kinda pretty
Oh,
good.
okay, fine. I just scored it in his face and say drink up.
Okay, okay, I've had enough water.
Rolling damage.
No rolling damage. It's water. You're not drowning him. Now, if you were holding his head if you were holding his head under the water, that would be suffocation damage,
Waterboarding.
which is fucked up. And I think so. I believe that suffocation damage is like 2d8 damage per round.
Jesus.
Oh well, yeah, no, it's no different than if you ran out of
Real suffocation.
yeah, it's like if you ran out of air when you're underwater and you can't get to the surface in time. It hurts your lungs a lot.
Oh wait, I know. I've nearly drowned before. It hurt.
So, anywhoozles, let's say you watch as he just I'm okay. Okay. All right. He
Not actually laughing.
he kind of looks up again at the captain. Captain, and you see Napoleon just slap him. Like backhand.
Hey.
I mean, he
Don't-
has reason.
Don't hurt the man. Well, he's drunk. He can't feel it.
You make a fair point, but it's for principle.
Yeah, no point in torturing someone like that. Can't find Kassir's voice.
Why?
Bro, you dude got like a Scottish he went from a Scottish accent to like a British accent.
I sigh and say, just wait until you actually hear the story.
Why did you do this? How did you do this?
When did you do this?
See Napoleon just like flick Sculvin in the nose. Don't make fun of my voice. Fuck you. Now move. Now tell me.
Skull just sort of pouts and keeps his mouth shut for like the next 20 minutes.
Richard kind of just. So when we were doing handling the situation last month with the broken skull, you remember my incident and the whole thing? Yeah, I remember. You got stabbed a couple times and was infirmed with Father Romero until you recovered. I remember that very vividly. I was the one who dragged you back. I never got over that night. I almost died. It had a more mental effect than I thought it would do it. I did something I regretted.
Can I do an Arcana check?
What are you trying to Arcana check on?
Is there something in the barracks?
Not that you can see right offhand. You're not using detect magic or anything like that, so you're not.
No, I'm check magic.
So it's like you can't. I mean, you could search, but that would be an investigation.
Investigate while they're talking. 14.
You're searching around. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
It shook my faith, and I made some bad decisions. I was so close to the brink of death, and I was afraid of falling into the void. I prayed to Helm since the day I was able to talk. But when I was on death's door, I was in a black abyss, not in the land that was promised by the word of Helm. I was afraid of dying. So I did something desperate. And what is that you did? Helm wouldn't help me when I was at the brink of death. So I turned to a god that would. And what god was that? You see Richard's face, again, is down, like he's not looking up. He doesn't seem to have the will to do it, as he just says, I made an altar to the god Chemosh. At the sound of that, you see Napoleon just, his arms, like he throws his hands in the air and he just turns around like, motherfucker, how am I, oh, son of a bitch.
Can I roll a religion check?
Yep, if you guys want to roll a religion check to find out who Chemosh is.
If I
got a
can,
9.
I'll roll. Hold on.
Tiny, no cheating.
I got a 9.
Even if I
You
no,
can't,
15.
I'm not reading that.
Tiny,
Hold
you can't use the internet to cheat.
Even if I did read it, I don't metagame.
I was just showing you who that god was. Like them. Who that god was.
Well, I got a 9. That's the lowest roll this
I
party.
got a 19.
I got 15. I think actually I got lower because of my religion, or was that arcane?
Religion.
Religion.
Oh, I have a +1 to religion.
So that would be a 16 for Kazir. That would be a 19 for Blue.
Yes.
And for Hermaeus, for Skulven.
9.
Done songs of
9?
that god.
9!
No. 9.
Critical roll reference.
Critical roll. And then for
Regular Knoll. Regular Knoll.
Regular Knoll.
Knackle?
Regular Knoll. Yes, Knackle.
He has a +3.
So that would be a 20 for him.
Yay.
So he, Kazir, Blue, and what did you roll for religion?
I didn't roll a religion because I'm still investigating.
Okay. But did you want to roll a quick
I can
religion
roll
check?
a quick religion check.
Just curious if Bimp would know.
You just pipe up from the side of the room.
No.
Well, you guys.
Oh, that guy!
Yeah, I just imagine Skulven just like, as soon as the explanation's there, Skulven's just like, yeah, I knew that. Like, he's like that guy who's like, he's like the guy who says the Pledge of Allegiance like 2 seconds after everybody else. Everybody's like, I pledge allegiance, and then Skulven's just like, I pledge allegiance, yes, allegiance.
I go over to bed and just sit down with my hands, with
Yeah.
my head in my hands.
So those of you who rolled over a 15, Chemosh is the evil god of undeath. His symbol, he is lawful evil, and he has the symbol of the yellow skull as his sigil. He is
Quick side note.
Yes.
To everyone who rolled over 15, basically everyone but Skolven.
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much everybody but Skulven. You guys know that Chemosh is an evil god. He is known
I
to...
sing songs.
Yeah, you've heard songs of him, but they're not good songs. They're more warning tales, not to trust him. He keeps his word, but whether or not that word is exactly what you want it to be, it's a completely different story. I made a deal with him when I made the altar.
Kasir's been kind of just running his hand over his face, like, what the hell is this? Not like, what the hell, but like, just like almost angry
Yeah,
about this.
Just what the hell?
Yeah, like, What the hell were you thinking? You endangered everyone for this.
And
For
Someone
your-
just standing there like, huh?
He doesn't
What?
say it, but that's
Huh?
the attitude of going on in his mind.
Someone's just kind of like quickly looking over the room, looking at everyone's faces, and he's like, "Oh, that's what we're doing." And he starts like making like a menacing look at him.
You're just intense stare. I don't know which god that is, but I'm gonna take you at your word for it. That it's not a good god. I made an altar to it, and I started praying. For a week, I prayed. And then I heard a voice. And he offered me a deal. If I spread his word and talked about the good that Chamash could do, he would allow me to not. He told me that I would never die, that anybody on the land would never die. I couldn't pass up that deal. We've lost people in raids. We've lost people from these gang members that come across from the mainland. Not let alone the mainland's people making their way over and thinking that we're not worthy to even talk to them. I couldn't risk it, so I agreed to the deal. I didn't realize that Shamash had tweaked the deal a little bit. So yeah, nobody can truly die on the land that Shamash has blessed, quote unquote. But unfortunately, they still die.
They just come back.
They just
Always come back.
Sarah was right. They do always come back.
Menacing glare of intimidation.
The ultimate technique. That's still not as bad as my old friend Keith when he was a warlock, and whenever he used Eldritch Blast, he was like, "Point of shame!"
Oh lord!
You are terrible.
That's how he cast the spell. He just, anytime somebody pissed it, like anytime we got into a fight, he just looked across the battlefield and he was like, "You! Point of shame!" The Eldritch
And they
Blast.
take 1d10 points of. They take 1d10 points of feeling damage.
Yeah, pretty much. Roll for feels. Critical fail. But anyways, where's the altar? That is when.
Where's the altar?
That's where Bim.
Where's the
that's where-
altar?
That's where Bim speaks up. Found it.
I get
Found
up and
it.
You
quickly-
found it already?
Bim, upon
I get up and
I take out my longsword and I smash it.
no. I get up and quickly push them both all away from the altar. If you break an altar of the god, you will be cursed by said god.
Hold on 1 second. Bimp, upon your investigation.
How do you know
looking
this?
around-
I want
Wait,
to roll
where are-
insight on blue and
Wait,
see
how
if
are
he actually
we
knows what
where
he's
the-
talking about.
Thing is already.
Hold on, guys. Bimp,
Because
upon,
I don't-
upon your investigations of searching while everybody else is interrogating him, you come across some of the cots that the soldiers obviously sleep in when they're switching out shifts. You see that underneath the cot, a particular cot near like the reception area, underneath the blanket that was kept underneath it, you notice that there is a kind of a chink in the wood. Easy enough. You just kind of take a little dagger and just pop.
Probably think we should
But I say you kind of just put your blade in between there, and then you just kind of put some pressure and pop a little wooden door kind of pops up, like from the floor, or a little wooden trap door. It's over here.
Can I roll persuasion
we
for them
smash
not
it?
to break it?
I'm going to roll insight. See
Hold
if he
on.
actually knows what the hell he's talking about.
Tiny, what do you try to do?
Roll persuasion for them not to break it.
Okay.
That is a 20.
That does not work.
let's say. You watch Napoleon just starts making his way down the trapdoor.
Did
Yep.
you roll higher than a 20?
No, I just rolled for his sense of reasoning.
Ah. He has a terrible sense of reasoning.
You watch as he just, well, because this is the guy who killed the shark that would try to kill him.
Sure. I follow
Well,
him
I'm
quickly.
going to follow Captain Man down there.
Kasir follows them.
You guys are a couple steps behind him as you can see by the time you guys catch up. Nareth is the captain of Pegland. About to say, Napoleon has already made his way down the stairs and made the turn to the rest of the room. In the very far corner, you guys can see what appears to be basically a totem of like a wooden a hand made of wood, holding what appears to be a skull made of wood but dyed to look a little bit more yellow.
Pardon me.
And you watch as Captain Nareth, but you guys are trying to catch up to him. Nareth had already pulled out. Napoleon had pulled out a little one of his warhammers that he kept at his side, and you watch as he just smashes the skull, and you just see as like black shadows kind of rise out of the crushed totem.
Oh, shit.
I look at it in shock, and then I look at him and say, "What have you done?"
I did what any normal person would do when an evil god's touch has been placed upon here. The only problem is that destroying the totem doesn't necessarily do anything. All it does is make me feel better. Now we
It
need...
does something alright, just not something good.
This isn't my first rodeo, and I've dealt with my fair share of these problems. This isn't the first blight that we've had to deal with, but this has been the most significant. We need to go talk to Father Romero and figure out what we can do to take care of the rest of this curse.
Hey, Winter.
Yes.
What time is it in D&D?
In D&D, it's roughly at this point, let's see here, about to say, yeah, roughly around 9 o'clock. Because it was 7:30 when you guys finished practicing
9
with
a.m.
the
or
bow.
p.m.?
PM.
Just making sure.
Nighttime.
Yeah.
But you guys he kind of looks at you all and tells you that you guys need to go back to Father Romero and see if we can figure out what's going on.
What do we do right
Okay.
Run to the church as fast as I can.
If any of you stay behind to watch, you watch as Captain Napoleon with his back turned to Richard, who Richard has not looked up from the floor since this whole situation. Richard Michelson, you are hereby banished from the guard, banished from the village. I don't ever want to see you again. And if I do, I will personally put my blade through your heart. Sunrise tomorrow. I don't ever want to see you again. But I'm not heartless. I don't want you to go out there and get yourself killed. And you see him just leave you as he walks out the door. Richard does not look up from the floor as you guys walk away out of the building. You guys are heading up to the church. It doesn't take you that long to get there, and it seems like Richard has a spring in his step and is walking faster than he should be.
Richard.
No, sorry, Napoleon. I apologize. I'm getting my names mixed up. He watches Napoleon as basically
Too many country accents.
Yeah, too many countries. He watches Napoleon as basically jogging to the church.
I am sprinting.
I jog with him.
Kassir follows at about the same speed.
Knackle picks up Bimp so Bimp can keep up.
Put them on his shoulders.
Yeah. You guys get to the church, no problems. And you watch as Romero's kind of getting everybody settled down to sleep for the night. The kids.
Who's gonna get there first?
Well, Blue is running, so Blue is gonna get there first.
I left.
I'm gonna try to catch up to Blue.
Not too much of a hassle catching up to him as you guys are basically running. You guys both show up at the same time, a little out of breath.
Father.
Shh! I have to like put my hand over Blue's mouth. Shh! 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 Father, can we speak to you in private?
Aye, you can talk to me. As he follows you. Kind of takes a step out. He kind of leads you out into the courtyard, and you sees the captain, Bimp, and Knackle coming up, and Kassir beside you. What seems to be the problem here?
I think it's
Big
that
problems.
Napoleon explains.
At this point, you watch as Napoleon starts explaining the situation. And Romero just shakes his head.
He smashed the altar.
He kind of turns to Napoleon. You do know what the side effects are of destroying a totem. I'm well aware. It's fine. My faith in Helm has not shifted, and he shall protect me from anything that this creature will throw at me. But I'm not worried about myself right this second. I'm a little more focused on making sure this town can get rid of the zombie problem. Romero just kind of shakes his head and he nods. He agrees with. He does agree with Napoleon. If it would have been me, I would have done the same thing. There's no question about it. For right this second, we need to figure out what we're going to be doing here. And he basically.
So you figure out a way to.
Basically, you watch him kind of step back into the church, and then you watch him come back out as he's holding a book. Actually, he's holding 2 books, and he's flipping through the pages.
Side note, Winter.
Yes.
Indeed, do people refer to pastors as like fathers and stuff,
Yeah.
or like cleric?
Pastor, cleric, priest, priestess.
Kind of the same as in real life.
Yeah.
Just whatever, depending on the
Yeah, it depends on the religion, essentially.
So like
religion. Thank you.
like Father Romero or whatever his name
yeah,
is.
they call him Father Romero, just because of the fact that it's
Romero.
Romero, Romero.
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 Now you're gonna have me confused here because that's my geometry teacher's name, Mr. Romero.
Well, you should tell Mr. Marrow that he is not Father Romero.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll be ecstatic.
You aren't as good as geometry in this lab as you were in the previous.
I'm sure he can do the math. Moving on. You watch as he starts flipping, the Father Romero starts flipping through pages. Well, there are many ways to take care of a curse. The problem here is figuring out the exact curse. Did anything come out of the statue as it was being destroyed?
Black
Sort of
shadows.
Dark energy.
That was terrifying.
You can try, Tiny, but I guarantee you Napoleon probably has all the advantages on you.
Try.
I'm reading your comment on the stream. You could try.
He wants
Aye.
to, but he's not gonna. He's
Wait, hold on.
barred.
I want to see this. I want to see this. Wait, what is he trying to do?
Oh, Blue wants to stab Napoleon.
He's not gonna, but he wants to.
that isn't happening. Not at any sort of point in time.
Moving on.
Sorry, it's just not.
You see, after telling him about the shadows, he starts flipping through pages. Aye. Well, this is gonna be a bit harder than I thought. So, this is a specific kind of curse. Well, essentially, whenever a god puts a totem into the world and blesses it, essentially he can choose since in this case it is a god of undeath, his totem isn't necessarily the only thing that spreads the curse. It can spread via the creations that is caused by the blessing.
I'm gonna have to fight Ogie.
Yeah, essentially the zombies are the main cause of the spreading.
How do we get rid of the zombies?
Well, we'd have to go after their alpha.
Oh,
Okay. Big boy.
So basically, we got a war on our hands.
Yeah.
Take out Bogey and all the zombies we can.
All right. Well, I got hurt a bit earlier today, so I need to go take a nap before we do this whole Ogie.
How do you reasonably fight a thing that has no care over its own preservation?
Brain damage. Stay far away and do damage to its head.
Well,
I mean, you can still kill it. You can render it unable to move.
Well, there are many ways to kill a creature like that. And hold on one second. He would know this information, so let me just pull up the info.
You know that stuff?
That has zero cares for its own preservation. Unlike humans, when fighting it will go wild.
I'll try. I'll be right back.
No problem.
I think I found the perfect voice for Blue.
Do it.
You watch as he flips open the second book that he has. Well, the thing is, what I can't really offer much in the way of help, but I can give you the location of where I believe Ogie is. As I would assume Ogie would be his, well, alpha.
Ogie will be at his grave.
Well,
Yes.
I don't know about that.
In a sense.
I don't know about that, Father Romero. Father Romero,
Yes.
I'm sure you must have heard that Vector, the Valiant, has been resurrected.
Yes, but based on how you explained it to me, he was resurrected as a revenant, not as a zombie.
Yes.
No.
If he was resurrected in this way, he would not be able to go anywhere outside of this cursed land.
That would be correct. If Vector was a zombie, God help us, that would be so much worse. But it's even more terrifying, or at least equally terrifying, that he's a revenant. It's equally terrifying because revenants typically have a goal. They don't just go on wanton destruction, unless they're being controlled.
He said he wants to take down this country and a certain family.
He just kind of the cleric just kind of nods. Yeah, pretty confident I know which family that is. But we'll get to that once we deal with the problem at hand. As he kind of flips open the book and shows you on a map where Ogie would be. This was Ogie's home when he was alive. It's a cave, not that far northwest from here. It'll take about 2 hours to get there.
Let's say we set it up in the morning, guys.
Yeah, it'd be idiotic to set off at night.
The only problem is, if you go at him at night, he'll probably recede into his cave with all the rest of the zombies.
So we need to get him when he's alone.
You may be in for a real slobber knocker if you try to fight him during the daytime, because you'll have to fight all the other creatures that are inside. And I don't know how many zombies there are.
We could perform a stakeout, wait outside until the zombies leave, and then go in.
Back.
Alternatively, I sort of slap Castillo on the back. We have our little spy man here. He's pretty good at getting in and out of places.
Kadir kind of chuckles. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that kind of thing. Stealth is my game.
Knackle just kind of nods. A stakeout would not be a bad idea. What do you think, Bimp?
Steak.
Investigating the area before proceeding into operations that may or may not cause harm.
Staking it out would be a good idea.
That would be the wise call. We can always make a makeshift fort to make sure that we're not in danger.
You and I could worship both our gods.
With a little bit. Well, the only problem is that we can't bless individual land as long as the curse is here.
No,
then-
I'm talking about our fort.
Oh, that may work. We also have 2 rangers, and we could easily sleep through the day.
I got myself a sling.
I doubt this thing can do much.
A sling and a prayer.
I throw a rock at Sculvin. Rocks.
Can I catch the rock?
Slings rock.
Winter, can I catch the rock?
40-yard boo!
Winter, I want to catch this rock.
Is he flinging a rock?
I just.
I'm pretty
tossed
sure
a
he's
rock
throwing
at
a rock at me.
Oh, you can try
I wanna
catching
catch
it.
it.
Roll me a
Yeah.
straight dex check.
Straight decks.
Slings rock.
Ah, yeah, 15.
You got it, no problem. Chink.
Just in between his 2 fingers. What was that supposed to be? I want to throw it back at him, just like twice the force.
In that case, roll to hit and add your strength.
Watch it ends up being at that 20.
You fail.
Am I using my strength to roll for this?
Yes,
This or
strength because it's,
would this be considered? Would this be considered an improvised weapon?
yes.
Okay, then it's just a 7.
Pardon me.
Does a 7 hit?
No.
You throw it and it swing. You throw it way too hard and it goes way past Blue.
Just like it leaves a little indent on the wall behind him.
I look at it, then look at him. It's like, dude. The heck?
That was a warning shot. Roll
Sure.
intimidation.
I believe it.
15 on intimidation. Get intimidated, Blue.
Ugh.
This is fun. Alright, well, I guess we got a long rest and head off.
I wanna play a sleep song.
You watch.
I
as
want to play I want to sing a tune.
You watch as the father comes up to you guys. Before I forget, I want to give you guys something that should be able to help you with the situation. He
Alright, Winter, jeez, I gotta get my pencil.
Wait, do you have any bottles of water? My burns are starting to hurt.
Yes, there's plenty of water inside. No problem.
Hey.
But I wanted to give you guys these, as he hands you two pieces of paper,
I don't take it.
but they have writing on it.
I take it and give it to the Bimp.
Readings for nerds, and I hand it over to Bimp.
Blue and Skullvin hand you 2 pieces of paper. It has writing on it. Magical incantations.
I
Roll
don't
me
do
Arcana.
spells.
15.
Usually you understand what this is. These are enchantment spells. Spells that give weapons temporary enchantments.
Okay.
In this particular case, you can tell that it does that it gives a weapon radiant damage.
Okay.
These will help you really do the damage to Ogi.
Give them both to Skulvin and let me use each one on his
Ooh,
sword.
gimme.
I wouldn't recommend doing that just yet. They are temporary.
Oh.
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 And also, I would leave it to your gnome friend to be the ones who put the spell on your weapons. She seems a little bit more capable, arcane-wise.
She's a good wizard.
Arcane Schmarcane, I'm very happy to have you.
They
She's a good
begrudgingly
wizard.
agree.
Compliments.
So, you guys decide to do a long rest through the night.
That's getting quoted.
Yeah.
I want to play a song.
Roll
Sleep
performance.
song.
I want to sing.
Yeah. That's a 21.
I want to sing with this song.
Oh, there's.
That's a 21.
You can attempt.
Winter, can I sing with this song?
You can, like I said, you can attempt.
Oh.
Does an 11 work?
I mean, it does. It's not a bad song. I mean, you're kind of outshined by the music in the background, but the song is still.
I sort of like. I sort of step on Blue's toes. Shut up. Let me have my moment.
Kazir kind of chuckles.
Knackle. Ah ha 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 ha.
Somewhere under the. Shut up. Let me have my moment. The rainbow.
Why are
Over
there
the
so
rain-
many songs
Songs
about
about
rainbows?
rainbows.
'Cause they
I
have
like that
nothing
song.
to hide.
I haven't heard that song in a long time, actually.
I haven't seen a rainbow in a while.
We were going against a band in a marching band, and they were playing somewhere under the rainbow for like their entire gig.
Under the rainbow? Over the
The
rainbow?
only other song they played besides Under the Rainbow was Sweet Caroline. Ba,
Bum,
ba,
bum,
ba.
bum.
Do you mean over the rainbow?
Yeah, over the rainbow.
The song I haven't heard in a long time is why there's, I think, Rainbow Connection. That's the
Yeah, Rainbow
song.
Connection by the Muppets. It was made by Jim Henson, and it was the first song played in the Muppet movie.
Like,
And after Jim Henson passed away, they renamed a road in his hometown the Rainbow. I believe the Rainbow Highway.
oh, that's cute,
Aw.
sweet.
It was
They
supposed
should have named it the Rainbow Road.
and
Mario players.
that would be hilarious. But no, honestly, I did a little bit of research on Jim Henson's death. It was quite sad to see his obituary and everything. But one of the biggest ones was there was artwork in the Disney Forum. You know, because they did a little bit of an obituary to Jim Henson because Jim Henson had done some work with them, and they did a bit. One of their artists did a doodle of Kermit and Kermit kind of obviously being sad about his creator passing.
Creator.
And Mickey is just sitting right next to him with his arm over his shoulder.
Oh, I remember seeing that picture.
Yeah, it was supposed to be kind of a nod to the fact that Mickey went through a hard time when Walt passed away. So it was one of those things that it was neat to see and it was very touching. But moving on.
It was neat.
The night passes without incident as you guys are under the protection of the church, and Napoleon seems like he's got everything under control. You guys wake up, no issues. You guys are fully rested. You got your health back. Any spells cast are back with no problems.
Yay!
You guys.
Hold up.
Yes?
Let me get my riding platform down since I took like a bunch of damage yesterday. Or last week, I mean.
I want to give Napoleon a big hug.
You give Napoleon a big hug. He pats you on the back a couple times. Thank you. You're welcome. Glad I can help.
Is Skolvin there whenever he gives the hug?
Sure. You guys would be sleeping in close proximity since the church is the only safe place.
It was a compensation hug.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take it anyways. I guess.
Oh,
God, and I give him like 2 thumbs up and like give like a half smile. You're doing great.
God, it's like Bo and
Gotta go kill an ogre.
God, it's like Bo and Caleb trying to show emotion towards each other. Moving on. So you guys get geared up, ready to go. I assume combat mode engaged as you guys are fully prepared for in case a battle starts.
Wait. I gotta take my water skin, fill it with new water, then put some of the healing powder in it. Well, I just woke up from laying on burns.
Sure.
Kind of.
Very true.
I sort of like just splash a bit of water on my burns instead of like actually drinking the powder.
Hold on.
He hasn't gotten any of the powder. He didn't
Sizzle.
even take it. I'm the one who took the
Skulvin,
powder.
you feel very, very uncomfortable from the pain. You're not like bending over in the pain. You're not like on the ground suffering from the pain. You're
It's
just
like a dull headache.
yeah. Basically, it's like a dull headache that follows your body.
I'm just gonna like rip off a piece of. I'm just gonna like rip off a piece of like cloth that's like spare lying around that no one's using, and just like wrap it around some of my burns.
You do so.
Your
And then
entire
douse it
body?
in water.
You do so.
I don't have burns across my entire body.
Just on a section, like around his neck for sure, and a little ways around his neck, and up and kind of down his back, the back of his left shoulder, sorry, a little bit.
I look at him confused and say, "You could."
And then I
use
douse it in
some of
water.
You could use some of the powder if you want.
I'm
This is
sorry,
funny.
I zoned out. What's happened?
I don't actually say that. I look at Blue and I go, well, this is less magical and I trust it more.
I trust magic.
Knackle just kind of turns his head to the side. There is nothing magical about the stuff that you were given. That's all medical science.
They're priests, so it's magical.
Kazir kind of face palms as he hears this, if he's there.
Yeah, he is, because you're
Okay,
would be there.
I wasn't sure because I half zoned out for a moment.
No, it's all good. You guys would all have slept in close proximity because of the fact that the church is the only safe place.
Good point.
This is Sculpin showing some of his like some of his lizard folk paranoia.
Oh yeah, I forget he was a paranoid.
I always forget that lizard folk believe in a lot of things that they're not supposed to. A lot of obvious things.
Did the paper say what kind of like?
The paper says that if you cast this upon your weapon, instead of doing normal damage, that your weapon doing traditional damage, it actually turns it into radiant damage. So, like for example, if Skulvin put it on one of his swords, it would change it from a die 6. Like if it was a scimitar, instead of doing a die 6 standard damage, it would do a die 6 radiant damage instead.
So there's no
And
like,
since it's to the undead,
specific
a lot
name.
of damage.
Yeah, there's no specific name on the enchantment. It essentially is just a radiant. It's basically like a radiant transfer, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, we still have our card, don't
Yeah,
we?
so it's
Yes, if
like the light cantrip then.
Kinda, except for this case, the light cantrip has a different effect.
Except it says you touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension.
Yeah. Essentially, if I had to put it in a way that makes sense, babe, Picture like the flame paper from Bloodborne.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
It turns the sword into light. It just transfers the molecules of metal into light.
Science.
Yes.
Not magic. Science. Magic doesn't exist. It's all magic.
Magic doesn't exist. It's all magic.
Damn right. I mean science. I am a scientist.
I am a scientism man.
Magic is just the loose fairy tale term that we use for things that can't be easily explained.
I go outside. And
Magic
do
is in
some
children's stories and science and magic.
Just like you, but you
Science.
But you use paper and you put it over, and it does light damage. Well, it's very simple. Basically, as you swipe the paper over the metal, it causes a molecular transfer of radiancy from the sun and turns it into damage that would affect undead. Science.
Science. Oh, he's gone. Hi. Welcome back. How was your trip?
My audio cut out and you didn't get to hear my joke.
Damn.
What was the joke?
I said, it's magic. Science-y magic.
Oh, we heard that. Or I did.
Well, my audio cut out so I didn't get to hear y'all's reactions.
Ooh.
I go outside and start doing push-ups.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Whoa,
must
my
Sit on it.
lowest attribute. That's a 10.
Yeah, you got
Yeesh.
you got
Roll disadvantage because I'm sitting on you.
you start doing like you start doing push-ups. You do like 3, and then all of a sudden you feel a lizard folk on top of you. If you want to stay up and not fall, roll me another strength check.
Alright.
Natural 20.
Damn,
You just
guy.
No way.
You just do it. You adjust to the weight and you just start doing push-ups with Scolvin on your back. Scolvin, you
This
are
helps me.
You see, guys, I told you you can do it.
Scolvin. You're in your brain. You're just like, I can't believe he's doing this.
Him on top of me helps me do push-ups.
1, 2, 3.
I'm keeping.
Four.
You get like 25, 30 push-ups in, and then you're kind of like, okay, I'm done.
I just roll and
I want to
push
do like
and
100 push-ups and like I'm gonna do 100 push-ups in a matter of a minute.
That is
I sit on top of him.
that is physically impossible.
All right, I do 50 push-ups in a matter of a minute.
That is
I
plausible.
sit
Roll me
on
a
top
strength
of
check
him.
with disadvantage because Blue's on top of you.
Watch.
You get 5 push-ups in, and then you just fall onto your stomach like, oh yeah.
It's no fair. He touched my burns.
That's what you get
Yo,
for not taking your medicine.
Yo, hashtag Pornlock Bros for life. You're rock. Welcome to the chat, my frosty
Hi.
friend. How you doing? About to say, so you guys get some workout in. Bless you. You get a workout in. You guys are.
Bless you.
get- the guys say bless you. You get some food. You get some water. You're ready to go. And the horses have been fed and watered in the meantime.
Yay.
Look at Stray and like, hey guys, we gotta do one thing before we set off. And I'm like, come on. And then I find like a random tree. All right, let's go.
What?
And then we start practicing longbow.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I look at Nagel and say, did we do our elven training yesterday?
We did on the road on the way
Oh
here.
yeah. Well, want to do it now while they're practicing.
Sounds good. Have you roll me an intelligence check?
Just like all the, just like out of sudden, just like, have you roll me an intelligence check? And like, Blue's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, that is a 14.
14, not bad, not bad. You are continuously going through these, and it is becoming easier to do this. Like you are
Done
getting
it for a week.
you are getting this down. Like you can constant, consistent practice. You are getting to the point where you're starting to understand all of the basics. Soon you will have the ability to partially understand Elven. I should let you know that
Yeah.
now, Tiny. You're
Noise.
upon that roll, I would say your character kind of understands and speaks broken Elvish.
I
But-
can say like hi and bye.
Yeah, basically, you know enough to like ask where the bathroom is. But to learn some
Alright.
more advanced phrases and everything, you'll still need to continue to practice, and Knuckle will continue to practice with you. As you guys are getting ready to leave, Garnan walks up and hops into the back of the cart. Here we're.
But wait,
Here we're.
Winter,
Yes.
Kassir needs to make some rolls.
Oh,
That's-
I'm sorry. Oh,
That's fine.
God.
That's fine. I'm just saying what Garnan does in the meantime. Because about a say, have you rolled me a strength check?
Hold on, my R space 1d6. Wait,
1d20.
1d20.
one, oh, just a d20. Why
Yep,
was it
d20
confusing?
plus your strength.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh well, I know that's
that's
a
an
fail.
8.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
an 8.
Now roll me a dex.
Ugh.
That's a 16.
Yeah.
You're getting the positioning down. Like, the more Skulvin goes over it, the more it's becoming easier for you to picture how the angles and trajectory of using the bow works. It's not as complicated because of the fact that you've practiced with basically the equivalent of a compound bow. Like, you understand how trajectory works, you understand how to do the proper aiming, and you know how to hit a target. El Banjo indeed, Yurok. El Banjo. But that strength, though, you're having a really hard time getting, like, in many ways you're thinking, oh, the bowstring must be taut. Like, there's no way that it's bending the way it's supposed to. You're doing your best, and it's just not going the way you want it to. But Skulvin just kind of reminds you that this stuff takes practice. Like, you're gonna have to repeat these arrow shots 100 to 1,000 times until you get this properly. Which obviously it's not gonna take you 100 to 1,000 days to do it. It's just that I'm just saying in general it's gonna take 100 to 1,000 shots to get it perfectly.
Yeah. Which could be, roughly like 10 days or something.
Basically you're still looking.
Most.
You're looking at still maybe another couple of weeks of practice to get this to get it to be proficient with the long bow. I don't play the banjo, not yet, Tiny. Just wait.
Well, who said El Banjo? El Banjo?
That would be Yurok.
Well, that might be like, since you said, like, you know how to ask for the bathroom. You may be trying to speak Spanish for, like, El Baño, which means, the bathroom.
Oh! Oh, well, I don't... You guys can tell, I didn't take Spanish class, because,
I don't.
mi amo es biblioteca.
I don't play the bathroom either.
He doesn't play the bathroom either.
Mi amo el bango?
Hey, what the heck?
I feel like I just insulted the
What?
Spanish language.
You probably did.
Anyways, so after your guys' training, you notice Garnan's already kind of laying in the cart. Here you guys are getting ready to kill a big creature.
Very big.
You see a smile.
Yes, we are.
You kind of see a dark smile just kind of creep across his face. Count me in. It was fun taking down those zombies last night. What are we going after? What are we going after?
An ogre.
An ogre.
An undead ogre.
Ogre.
You just kind of see him holding his battle axe. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, you were.
I'm gonna ask him a question. I'm gonna ask Garnan a question.
Okay.
So Garnan,
Yeah.
how would you feel if old Bimpy Wimpy over here casted a bit of a spell on your battle axe to deal extra damage?
He just
By
kind of.
extra damage, I of course mean like radiant damage.
He just kind of. He
Sort
just
of
kind of looks
holy.
at. He just kind of looks at Bimp, eyes squinted.
What?
What does she intend to do?
It's just a temporary enhancement to make your to make your weapon be more effective against undead creatures.
Okay, thinking as the DM, does Bimp actually know the spell to do radiant damage on a weapon, or were you just using that as a point of reference?
You have the enchantments.
Wait.
You know the spell that casts light on a
What?
weapon.
No, I was
have the
wondering
papers.
if
Well, I
there
mean, she
was,
has the
like,
slips.
a title on the paper.
Okay, you were comparing it to a spell.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I'm just asking if you actually know the spell, or if it was
No,
just
it-
no. No, Bimp, you would know Bimp does not know that spell. Bimp was using it as a comparison.
What,
To the
what is she
paper.
doing?
She was basically.
Well then,
What happened? Okay, as a dungeon master, I'll explain this real fast. Basically, Abby was trying to figure out how the enchantment worked exactly, and was trying to see if there was a wizard spell that worked in comparison to that spell to explain it. But as I explained, enchantments work differently than spells. They have different effects.
Right.
There is a spell that can.
then what does this do? What does
For
this do?
enchantments.
You're talking about the paper.
The papers, yes.
The
The
paper.
things that we actually have.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, okay. You're saying to use one of the papers on Garnan's weapon.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that can be easily done. I thought you were there was a miscommunication.
No.
I thought you meant to say that. Oh, she can cast light on your weapon, a spell that Abby was referencing. Instead of using one of the papers. But yeah, no. Paper, easily done. No problem. Lickety split can be done because Bimp has proficiency on Arcana and understands it better than anybody else in the party. But anyways.
I just got your soup out of the microwave and put a spoon in it.
Anyways.
So what do you say, big fella?
They should be in bed.
They really should be, and I will be taking care of them in a bit.
Go clean the living
Jesus.
room, please.
Yeah.
They don't sound like they're going to bed.
Oh, I will be taking care of that. Yeah.
So what do you say, Garnan?
Yeah, not like I need it, but if it lets me whack the creature a little bit harder, I'll do it.
Yo, stop being a cocky.
Oh, he can do it again.
Oh, you can do it again.
He just kind of looks at the bard. You got something to say?
Stop being cocky. You nearly died yesterday.
It's a one-time thing.
It's
Death
happened
smash.
several times.
You guys,
I look at Blue and I go, Death Schmeth.
You've also nearly died. Several times.
don't do meth, kids.
That's why I'm saying
Ugh,
it.
yuck.
I said Schmeth. It's a very big difference.
There's only one thing that rhymes with meth. Death.
Death.
Left kind of rhymes with
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Seth.
Don't bring my friend into this.
Alright.
So you guys,
We continuing?
you guys start making your way out of the city.
I get on the front of the cart. I want to drive the horses.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Alrighty.
I will assist him in animal handling. I want to assist him in animal handling.
Okay,
fall off.
in that
Roll
case,
with advantage.
roll with advantage. That's much better.
That's better.
You initially, Blue, you try just yeah, and nothing happens, and then Skulvin kind of sits next to you. No, dude, your wrist placement's a little off. He kind of adjusts your hands. Okay, now do it like this.
I was in 19, I think.
And then you're just like, and then after that time, you're just like, yeah, and then the horses start going.
Yeah.
You see Skulvin just kind of leans back. Yeah, good job.
Alright.
Animals
Are we
don't like
outside
me.
the town yet?
You guys are starting to make your way out of town. You still gotta
Let me know
go.
when we're outside the town.
Okay, no problem. Also, before we continue, Abby, mi amo español.
Huh?
Mi amo español.
Wanna use the bathroom?
So you butchered that so much. Winter, you're not even saying it right. It's not mi amo español. It's porque español.
No. I said mi amo el baño.
My name is bathroom.
Exactly.
¿Dónde está el baño?
Españole.
Sí.
Por favor.
That was where's the bathroom? You just said yes.
Exactly. No habla English.
You don't speak.
No habla español.
You don't speak Spanish. You don't speak English.
No habla English.
No habla español.
No habla español.
You do speak Spanish.
No
Sí.
habla español.
¿Qué hora es?
¿Dónde está el baño?
Where's the bathroom?
Santa
¿Cómo
Maria.
estás?
Santa Ana. Santa Claus.
¿Cómo estás?
El Chihuahua. No. No, el Chihuahua. El Chihuahua.
Look, so
es
what I
El Negro. ¿Qué
what I-
hora es?
Winter, Winter, it's so much funnier if you just let me explain right quick.
Yes.
Look, so I said "Cómo estás," and that means "How are you?" And then you respond with "The Chihuahua." How are you feeling? The Chihuahua.
If you ever get the time, and I recommend this to the three of you and anybody else who watches this chat and watches this stream, take some time and look up Que Hora Es Cedric the Entertainer. You will not regret it.
Oh god.
It is
Can we
really
get back to D&D and less about Spanish?
yes, but I just wanted to say you should look it up. It is great. They did 2 episodes of it, and it is fantastic.
And
What the hell am I
So you
doing
guys
now?
are now making your way outside of the town of Belvalle. Oh my god.
You don't sound
are we
too
outside
tired.
town?
You guys are outside of town.
All right. I'm gonna do my new trick.
Which is?
I have a new trick. I'm gonna speak Goblin.
Okay, you start speaking Goblin. Does
I'm
anybody
gonna
else,
say, "Where's the bathroom?"
does anybody else speak Goblin in the party?
Let me double
just
check.
look
I
at
don't think I do, but
I just look at him confused.
read.
No one speaks Goblin.
Nobody speaks Goblin.
No goblin.
So you guys just kind of listen to Skulvin start speaking in like this broken tongue that seems to be a lot more like half shrieks into growls.
Can I?
And then I snap my fingers and look at everyone with like I snap my fingers and they turn into finger guns and I look at everyone like, "I speak Goblin now, motherfuckers."
Can I give him the reins and get on the roof?
The roof.
The roof of what? We're in a
The
carriage.
carriage.
there is
The
there-
carriage
Wait,
You didn't
yes.
you didn't buy one with a tarp.
doesn't
or
have a
anything.
roof.
I just want to stand on my seat.
Okay, you stand on your seat.
I want to play a song.
I feel the
I
rhythm.
want to sing to his song. I want to sing to his song. This is what we're doing
Journey
when we play a
song.
song now, Tiny.
D&D Beyond. Be my
Oh, that
baby
is-
tonight.
I got a 13.
That is a 23.
Yeah, you.
I got a 13.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Blue nails it once again, and Sculpin, you actually do a really good. You do a decent job. You keep tempo with the song, and you're able to kind of match the pitch the way your voice is supposed to with the music.
Playing on a
Let's
fiddle,
just
playing
say that the
song
reason
of
I'm
a
not
journey.
singing really good is because I'm candling horses.
Makes sense. I still stand by my statement. D&D Beyond, be my baby tonight.
I'm standing on my seat
D&D
just rocking out.
Beyond, D&D, D&D,
fiddle.
D&D, D&D Beyond, D&D Beyond, D&D, D&D Beyond, D&D, D&D Beyond, D&D, D&D Beyond.
Gotta love the Nutcracker, but done with D&D Beyond. But anyways, moving on. You guys are making some. You guys are making some progress. About half a day passes. Does anybody want to be watching out, like just kind of keeping an eye on?
Well, I'm standing on the
I
seat
will while
looking
I'm
around.
handling.
I can
I'll
look
be
around.
looking around while I'm riding the horses. That's a
Fine, you can
19
look
plus
around.
3. That's a 22.
You see faster than most.
You see fast.
God, that's still.
I see fast.
Yeah, it's one of those things that both Captain America and Deathstroke have, and it's not a thing.
I see faster than everyone else.
Taskmaster. And Taskmaster.
Yeah, and Taskmaster. That is not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
and
can't
that...
process light faster
There
than
was-
light itself.
Okay,
Yep.
there was
That's not
one...
a thing.
There was one guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles who could see their moves.
Okay,
Yet
so
Mikey could defeat him. Because not even Mikey knew what he was doing.
Because he was dancing.
Similar to how Deadpool does his stuff.
Yes.
Are you serious? I'm predictable? Shh! I'm just getting warmed up! But anyways, I'm gonna roll for him actually real quick. Okay. You watch somebody is following from behind on horseback. About to say you.
Do I see who it is
oh,
with my 22?
You see him coming, but he's a bit far away for you to tell who it is. All you can tell is that they appear to be wearing some basic armor.
Stray, get your arrow ready. We have company.
you got it.
Seer, get your arrow ready. We have company.
You got it.
Don't
It's
fire.
ready.
Yes.
He's starting to catch up pretty fast. About 60 feet away from you guys, you can kind of tell who he is at this point, because you
Who
could
is
tell his mess of brown hair. Before you ask, it's not Captain Napoleon.
I know.
It's Richard.
Yeah, you can tell that it's Richard, the former second in command.
I look at him and wave. Hi, Richie!
He catches up to you guys, and now the horse is just kind of keeping pace with the cart. Hey guys, so I heard you guys were going after Oki.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you want to help?
Yeah, I do. This is all my fault.
Must gumption after they did something bad.
I can never go back to Belvalle. But
What?
the least I can do is set things right.
I will tell them that you helped us, and you might get let back there. Maybe.
I'm not.
Cassia really is like looking at him
I
like
look
he's
at Blue.
thinking about it.
I look at Blue and I go, they're not gonna let him back in. Not after what he's done.
Ooh, we have extra rooms in our home. Maybe you can go and live there.
We'll see. For right now,
I doubt that kind of.
I'm more focused.
go- Out of character, he gonna die.
he go. Two boys gonna die tonight.
I'm gonna protect
Bro, if anyone's gonna die tonight, it's gonna be me. Let's be honest here.
You guys.
When's one session where we had a combat encounter and I didn't almost die?
True,
I'm gonna,
true.
I'm gonna use bardic inspiration on him instead of Skolvin.
But and
I slapped Blue across the face.
Well, you guys don't know. Like, you guys aren't talking like that. You guys are just.
I see that look in his eyes. I know what he's
I see
plotting.
faster than anybody.
I see faster than you.
You see that he.
I know what you're thinking before you think it.
The point is, I'm not looking to get anything out of this. All I want to do is make right where I went wrong. Only a fifth of my village is left.
Sorry.
Good man.
After this is all said and done, and if I'm alive, then I can see where my road takes me from there. But for now, I just want to do what's best for my own morals and my own views. I hope you'll allow me to do this.
Go visit Sarah. She needs confirmation.
We'll see. And you guys start making your way towards the location that was pointed out to you by Father Romero. A tough battle lies ahead of you guys. You guys are progressing. The sun high in the sky, and a friend who's looking for redemption.
Nobody.
And that's where we're gonna end the session for tonight.
Nice. We haven't leveled up in a while.
Only 3.5 hours.
Well, I'm ending it because this is a good natural stopping point. Because if you guys continue, you guys have to stake out the location. You guys are gonna be exploring the area. There's no saying that you guys won't encounter zombies on the way there. And then there's also the battle against Ogi, which could take a little bit. Battles in D&D can last anywhere between 15 minutes to an hour, and it's midnight for me. And I work at 6:30 in the morning.
Fine.
So I hope you guys can forgive me for tonight. We're gonna end this. So we're gonna end it right here.
I forgive you.
No problem, man.
I still hope you guys enjoyed this session, though.
This was a good one. I feel
Well,
kind of bad.
4 minutes before we ended.
I feel kind of bad that I've been kind of in and out of it today.
I'm about to say, I feel like that's kind of the other reason why I'm kind of like that, and also I need to take care of these two girls that apparently do not want to listen.
They should not
Alright,
be
well-
awake.
Yeah.
Oh, they should not, but either way.
Anyone here up for a bit of gaming right after this?
No.
Or am I the only one that still's like pumped
I'm
full of
actually-
energy?
To be honest, I'm actually pretty worn out. Almost
I
might
gotta go tomorrow.
go to bed tonight.
But for right now,
Oh, that's sad.
thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. If you did, make sure you press down on that like button. Like there's no tomorrow. And hopefully, guys, I'll get to see every single one of you
Ciao!
in the next video. Hermea, Stray Cat, Tiny, thank you so much for joining me, my dudes.
No problem.
You're well.
See
It was a good
ya.
stream, you guys.
Hope you all take care. Holy feces, dude.
Go put
Oh,
your
watch
girls
me do a
to bed.
kickflip.
Hope you all take care, and I hope you all stay frosty. Have a good night, guys.
Go put your girls to bed and go to bed yourself.
That is
Stay frosty, all.
that is the game plan.
We didn't get to open our cheese shop.
Just wait till you get to mainland. Maybe then.
Maybe.
You guys are kind of in tutorial island. Just wait until you get to the mainland. That's when things will change drastically.
Tutorial Island.
This is a pretty long tutorial.
Yeah, but that's kind of the way things go when you're when I chose an area that's a little bit safer and a little bit easier for you guys.
Safer. We're fighting zombies.
You're fighting zombies. Hey, it
We're
could
about
be.
to fight an ogre.
I say it could
and
be
a dragon.
that one. I will say I threw a challenge at you.